graphic. He's a power puncher. The kid got dynamite in his hands, and he showed his power.
That quickly, that early. Good stoppage by the referee.
The fighters are ready. The boxing world is ready. Make some noise if you
On to center, the Cypher Valentine's Weekend Boxing. Golden Boy Promotions bringing you boxing this Saturday afternoon. Thank you for joining us wherever you may be around the world. Live on the Golden Boy YouTube page. We are inside the Honda Center, home of the Anaheim Ducks, the hockey team. But today it's all about Golden Boy boxing. The main event is going to be Oscar Duarte against Miguel Madueño. I'm Beto Duran with you here for the first 6 fights, joined alongside Scrappy Ramirez. I don't even know why they put John up there. Nobody knows your name is John. It's scrap time.
Today is John Scrappy Ramirez, man. It's a good day to be here.
Yeah, Scrappy, last time we saw you in the ring, you were putting on a good show, man. So what's 2025 going to be for Scrap season?
2025 is it's the year where I cement my legacy. I got big fights ahead of me. I'm back at number 2. Chocolatito's on top of me, and I'm looking for big fights, world title, and I'm still on redemption season.
What weight class are you in?
Super flyweight.
Super flyweight. You got to make sure you check out Scrappy. But he's going to be my partner today for the 6 fights that we have for you here on the undercard portion. So we're going to get going in about 10 minutes. And then at 5 o'clock, the DAZN broadcast will take over. Let's look at the fight card that we have for you. Of course, the main event is going Oscar Duarte against Miguel Madueño, who's stepping in after Regis Prograis injured a shoulder. Madueño is a tough fighter. The co-feature, DFG, Darius Fulgham against Winfred Harris from Detroit. And El Niño Ricardo Sandoval, a division that you're really interested in, the flyweight division, against Saleto Henderson from Indiana. The boss man, Ken Sims Jr. from Chicago, is taking on the veteran Kendo Castaneda. We'll be talking about that later on because Sims and Duarte were supposed to fight last year on Riyadh season. Sims got hurt. Duarte's team doesn't believe him. Oh, there's some popcorn there. Exactly what Scrappy loves. And opening up the broadcast on DAZN, that'll be at 5 o'clock. Talented Joel Iriarte, who is 5-0, all by KOs from Bakersfield. He takes on Darrell Harris. So that's on the DAZN broadcast. It gets going at 5 o'clock. You'll need the DAZN app for that one. And then right now, we're going to bring you these 6 fights. So Oscar De La Hoya and Eric Gomez, President Golden Boy, love to give the young prospects an opportunity to shine. That's why we're bringing this for you. Our first fight is going to be Kevin Gudinho, a 19-year-old from La Puente, who is managed by Arnold Barbosa, who's about to fight across the pond in Manchester against Jack Catterall. And then the second fight is going to be Javier Mesa from Amarillo, Texas, who is training with the Diaz brothers in Indio, California. And then Fabian Guzman, who is literally 5 minutes down the road. That's where he grew up in Orange, California. Gets to fight inside the Honda Center. A great opportunity for him. That's in the middleweight division. And El Terror, Gael Cabrera, 6-0, 4 KOs from Sonora, Mexico. A talented prospect that Golden Boy signed really high on him. They're giving him Roberto Pucheta, a veteran of over 40 fights. Gael,
that's a past opponent of mine, so I'm excited for that fight.
You know that one exactly
yes.
well. So that, and you know how tough that one can be. And then Junebug Garcia against Francisco Pacheco, who's making his U.S. debut. And Pacheco said, I am not a B-side fighter. That'll be good. And then the main event here on the YouTube portion is going to be Yair Gallardo, who's managed by Miguel Cotto, a Mexican from Chihuahua, who is fighting at 175 pounds. It's going to be a cruiserweight because his opponent went at 179. Just they agreed to it. But regardless, though, that's going to be a good one. So we have a lot of fights coming your way Saturday afternoon boxing. NBA All-Star games like tonight. There's no hockey going on. Football season's done. It's all about boxing. So, Scrappy, let's talk about the main event tonight. Oscar Duarte against Miguel Madueño. 2 dudes that have a lot of knockouts. Duarte has 22. Madueño has 28. What are we going to see in this one, man?
You know what they say, 2 Mexicans, you put them, it's a barn burner. So you make sure you guys tune in for that. And I was upset for Regis.
Yeah. You know him well, right?
I know him well. I'm close, and he was looking forward to come back and, you know, redemption season for him as well. And he's looking forward to chase the title. But that would have been a great fight for the fans.
Yeah.
But tonight we got 2 Mexicans. Don't miss out on that one.
Yeah, that'll be a real good one because Madueño gets called last week, or actually 2 weeks ago, and it was told, oh, stay over there. Yep, don't ruin my shot, baby. Come on, scrap season's here. When you see this jacket right here, you can't walk in front of it. People are trying to walk in front of us right now.
Hold on, but you don't stay behind. You looking good yourself.
Oh, man, come on now. Come on, I'm going to the Callejones. Well, all right there, scrap
Hey,
season.
listen, it's not about the price. It's how you make it look,
Oh,
man.
we make it look expensive right now. Also here, you're going to see Ricardo Sandoval against Aleto Henderson, the flyweight division, your division. You guys are smaller, but you always bring action. Why are you guys fun to watch?
I think the super flyweight division is exciting, just weight class because we throw a lot of punches. And El Nino, he's a skilled fighter. I was his sparring partner, got him ready for a couple of fights, and obviously his opponent, he's been calling me out as well.
Yeah.
So he's looking for the opportunity. Tonight is the opportunity, and let's see who capitalized tonight.
All right, make sure you guys follow the Golden Boy social media accounts. Of course, right here on the YouTube, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, all that good stuff. You see the chat coming through. Also, the Golden Boy TikTok, the Instagram, everything out there for you on all the different platforms. It's a busy time that Oscar De La Hoya has his staff working. Mentioned today, we have 11 fights. Arnold Barbosa is across the pond on a Matchroom show, right? And then next weekend, it's Riyadh season as Virgil Ortiz is going to be fighting. Kid Austin Schofield's fighting Shakur. And then they just announced that Camarón Cepeda is going to fight Tevin Farmer, the rematch in March in Cancun. You're signed by Golden Boy. They keep you busy, man.
Yes, they keep you busy. Look, if you're a Golden Boy fighter, if you watch Golden Boy, expect a great year of boxing. I mean, look, the schedule is already full, so tune in, man.
It's only getting better. We're hearing the word that Ryan Garcia is going to be coming back soon. So a lot of stuff out there. Now, you know this. When you start your career, you got to go through the opportunities that anything is presented to you, right? So for these young fighters, like Kevin Gudinho, who's in his second fight, Javier Mason in his second fight, you're fighting inside the Holland Center. It's cool, but the crowd is still kind of coming in. This is a great opportunity for these young guys to open up some eyes and put on a show. What's the best advice you'd have for those youngsters?
Have fun. I think that's the biggest thing, right? We have a misconception of bigger, brighter, but at the end of the day, it's the same thing. It's the same approach. Go in there, take care of business, and people will watch.
You put on a show, right?
Yeah,
If you win, it's always great. It's how you win.
My saying is talent can't be denied. So if you're good, you will be noticed sooner or later.
All right, your good friend, Zurdo Ramirez, where's he been? What's going on with him?
Zurdo, he's been living life.
Yeah.
He's a world champion. He's worked hard. He earned it. So he has the right to enjoy the fruits of his labor, and he should be back anytime soon. So stay ready.
Yeah, I heard there's some works in Zurdo. You know, you become a champion, doors open up a lot.
Yeah. You get distracted here. You get opportunities there, but the main focus gotta remain the main focus, boxing, and you gotta keep your eye on the target.
Beto Duran, Scrappy Ramirez, we're going to be here with you for the first 6 fights. The last 2 fights will be joined by Eric Priest here, so we have a 3-man booth for you. So let's look at what we're going to have today. We mentioned it. We have the 6 fights here on the Golden Boy YouTube page. The main event, the main card gets going at 5 o'clock. You'll need the DAZN app for that, and you'll get Todd Grisham, Sergio Mora, Chris Mannix on that one. Lexus Rocha will be part of the broadcast. But right now, it's me and Scrappy as we open up our first show of Valentine's weekend. Our first fight of the night. Let's look at the tail of the tape, as it's going to be 19-year-old Kevin Gudinho taking on the Bronx Rafael Castillo. Castillo, Dominican roots. He's tough. He'll go and fight you anywhere. And looking at the tail of the tape for this one, it's the taller fighter is Gudinho, who's managed by Arnold Barbosa.
Let's not miss the age difference right here, 19 and 35. It may not play a big part, but you got a young fighter that hasn't hit. He's not a grown man against a grown man, so this is interesting. I'm pretty sure Kevin Gudinho is more skilled, but we cannot fall asleep on a grown man's power.
Nah, especially Rafael Castillo, who gets called this week to fill in, as the original opponent for Gudinho was not available. But here we go. It's this one is our first fight here on the Golden Boy card here Valentine's weekend. So you're looking at the tail of the tape for that one. And Rafael Castillo, Dominican roots from the Brooklyn, New York, comes in with the attitude of I will fight you anywhere. anytime, and that's why he gets called. So from the Bronx, New York. Our ring announcer for tonight is the one, the only Mark Fratto.
Thank you.
Good evening, fight fans, and welcome to Anaheim. Let's meet the first two fighters making their way to the ring. First, as he makes his way to the blue corner from the Bronx, New York City, please welcome Rafael El Terrible Chobi Castillo.
And Kevin Gudino's opponent, Rafael Castillo, making his way to the ring. And Gudino, you're going to see, has a lot of personality. We'll see how that translates to the actual fight. That's Castillo coming off a KO in the 4th round in his last fight. That was in December. All right, so Castillo in the ring. Is it time for his opponent?
That's a confident fighter right here.
All right, Mark Fratto, let's bring in the 19-year-old Kevin Gudino.
And now, his undefeated opponent makes his way to the red corner from the Puente, California, representando el Ciudad de Mexico, Kevin Cloroformo Gudino.
A family affair for the 19-year-old Kevin Gudino. Salvador Gudino is his father with the sunglasses on his head. His brother Isaiah is a 15-year-old walking next to his dad. Is now Kevin Gudino making the ring walk for the 2nd time in his young professional career. He's a lefty. He got a 1st round KO in his pro debut. That was at Fantasy Springs on the Golden Boy Fight Night card back in October. So he's been around the Southern California scene on the amateur side. He was part of Team USA. Wasn't part of the Olympic team, but was training with Team USA, all that stuff. So Gudino, we've been told, has a good background, has a good attitude. Arnold Barboza managing him, getting good sparring in Southern California. So let's see what he has all about. His dad has roots in Mexico City. So kids look sharp though. Good outfit right there.
Looking good, white and gold.
Good evening, fight fans, and welcome to Honda Center here in Anaheim, California. This is Golden Boy Boxing on YouTube. Our opening contest this evening is scheduled for 4 rounds in the Super Bantamweight division. Brought to you by Oscar De La Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions and presented by Golden Boy Promotions partner Riyadh Season. Bet Online, the odds for the fights are brought to you by Bet Online and Wild Casino, America's most trusted online casino. Let's get wild. The bouts this evening are sanctioned by the California State Athletic Commission, the chairman, Peter Villegas, the executive officer, Andy Foster. Your doctors at ringside are Paul Wallace, Tariq Khan, Andrew Guerrero, and Robert Ruelas. And the timers this evening, the man and woman on the bell, the world-famous Keenan Wright and Lorana Ganaway. Your judges scoring this opening contest, Carla Cais, Jonathan Davis, and Ivan Guillermo. And controlling the action when the bell sounds, the referee in charge is Chris Lieben. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He weighed in at an even 120 pounds. As a professional, his record is 2 victories against 4 defeats, 1 win coming by way of knockout. He wears red with gold and hails from the Bronx, New York City. Please welcome Rafael El Terrible Chobe Castillo. His opponent is undefeated and fighting out of the red corner. He weighed in at 119.4 pounds. As a professional, his record is a perfect one. 1 bout, 1 victory. That win coming by way of knockout. He wears white with gold and hails from La Puente, California, representing Mexico City. Ladies and gentlemen, he is Kevin Cloroformo Godinho.
All right, gentlemen, let's bring it in. We went over the rules in the dressing room. Protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Okay, your belt line's about the top of that logo right there. These shorts are a little high. The belt line's gonna be about the middle there, right there. That's your belt line. Okay, go ahead and touch gloves. Head back to your corner.
Chris Lieben, the third man in the ring as we get ready to go for our first bout here at Golden Boy on Valentine's weekend. Beth ran alongside Scrappy Ramirez, scheduled for 4 rounds. Kevin Godinho bouncing around in his corner. We just got to get the ring announcer Mark Fryer out of there and we can get going. 6 fights coming your way here on the YouTube portion. Godinho, the southpaw in the white. He's getting the veteran 35-year-old Rafael Castillo. Scrappy, you know this. When you're a youngster and they start testing you, they give you those salty vets or they give you the weird, ugly angles that aren't going to make it easy. So what's Godinho got to do first?
Just stay relaxed and work behind the jab, feint, be patient.
Godinho started boxing at the age of 6. His nickname is Chloroform. The chloroformo, like the gas. It was given to him because the dad, took the son to a smoker in the backyard. They're like, hey, these little kids want to fight. You want to have your kid fight? He's like, hey, do you want to fight? He was like, yeah. So they found him a mouthpiece and knocked the kid out at 6 years old. I was like joking with his dad. I'm like, man, father of the year, you're taking your kid to backyard smokers. He's like, just kids messing around. But after that, he really got into the sport, loved it, and he's been training ever since. And now good left hand from Godinho.
You got to start somewhere.
As Castillo gets tagged with that left. Another left from Godinho. Godinho sitting on his punches, the 19-year-old.
Yeah, he's doing a good job of working the feints with the foot feints. If you see that, not using the head. Then also what you got to notice, he's a southpaw against a right-hander, so it's a different strategy. You got to use the backhand a lot because it's directly down the pipe.
Body work from Godinho. Combinations now for the 19-year-old. He gets hit upstairs with the left from Castillo. Got to be careful with that one, Scrap. Because a guy like Castillo in the red trunks is just going to be winging punches. You got to be keeping your defense up.
Right, staying alert. But I think it's more about understanding, being satisfied with 1 or 2 shots. You don't got to land the full combination, 4 shots. It's early in the round, so Godinho needs to learn how to not be too selfish, with those combinations because you're going to get caught if you stay in there for too long, especially early in the round.
And that's the young process of a young fighter, learning how to adjust. You know, you become a pro, the headgear's off, the gloves are smaller. Good opening round for the 19-year-old Kevin Gudiño here at the Honda Center. Door just recently opened up, so the crowd will be feeling it nicely.
That's a slip.
Yeah, a slip.
You see versus the southpaw and right-hander, you see a lot of foot slipping.
10 seconds, not the Castillo's trying to fight 250. Needs to go the full 3. That's the bell. Look at you.
He
like,
smiled, he's having.
So I got to know him a little bit last year. I saw him somewhere. And he's like, man, just give me a fight anywhere. And I'm like, bro, I'm the broadcaster. I'm not a matchmaker. He's like, you know people. I'll fight anybody anywhere.
Yeah, he's looking for the opportunity.
That's what it is.
That's all.
He's networking. That's exactly, like, no shame in that game right there.
I'm a firm believer. If you want it, you will find a way. You will ask anybody, and there's no shame in the game.
Yeah, at all. So the kind of guys that you need in the sport, especially for the youngsters to take on, because when they called him this week after the original opponent fell out, I was like, did you think about it? He's like, no, he goes, I stay in the gym. I didn't hesitate. I told him, yeah. Like, he's like, I didn't even know what weight they were going to agree to, but I just said, let's do it.
Right.
That's what it is.
All right, let's take a look at the replay. Let's see. Gudillo's doing a good job going to the body. Look, and that's what I'm talking about. He let 4 shots go, and he's getting hit in between the shots. I think 2 shots would have been enough, and restart the whole sequence.
That's the voice of John Scrappy Ramirez, super flyweight. We've seen him later on this year. This was scheduled for 4 rounds. Gudiño with his dad Salvador in his corner, also
Nice.
Carlos Rodriguez and Ocampo in his corner.
You see, some things I like to watch from young fighters is, can they cut the ring off, work combinations, work behind the jab, stay defensively alert, and Gudiño has all these attributes.
Combination from Gudiño going to the body, try to get an uppercut in there. The southpaw. Doesn't look like he's only had 1 pro fight. He's nice and calm in there.
That's what happens when you get a lot of experience from the amateurs. Once you get here, you're set for this big stage. It's all about understanding the pace in the pro game.
La Puente boxing is where he's at, and he lands upstairs, does Gudiño. Bouncing around on his toes. Coming up next is going to be Javier Mesa, the kid from Amarillo, Texas, taking on Lyle McFarland from Oklahoma.
Nice.
Combinations. Castillo rolls with it. Castillo's got the defensive side up.
Nice angle by Gudiño, chasing him out.
And here's the veteran trying to tie him up. Gudiño separates on his own.
One thing I can say about Castillo is not skilled, but has the heart of a fighter.
Oh, yeah.
Nice left hand by Gudiño, working upstairs, downstairs, right back to the jab. Oh, good angle.
Body shot.
Good angle by Gudiño.
Getting tagged is Castillo with less than a minute to go in the 2nd round. And now he's talking in there, being brave is
That's
the
what you call
35-year-old.
poker face by Castillo. Castillo's telling him it's not hurting me, come on. And that could work on his favor if Gudiño doesn't stay composed and sticks to the game plan. Nice job.
Yeah, Castillo comes in to make it hard for you. He's 2-4. But all the losses have been by a decision. One by a split decision. One of those losses was to Raymond Ford back in 2019 when Raymond was only 3-0.
Now Raymond Ford is a world champion at 130. Nice, chasing him out with the 1-2-1.
Final seconds of the 2nd round. Gudiño getting quality resistance tonight from Rafael Castillo.
Good job by Gudiño by being physical in the pocket. You don't really see young fighters be physical in the pocket. They kind of wait for the referee to tell them break and restart the sequence. the 3rd round. So far, it's a good fight.
All right, let's look at the replays from that 2nd round. Scrappy, what do you see?
Just feint by Gudiño, left hand and angle, right hook over the top. He's doing a good job by working behind the feints. As you see, whoop, left hand, angle. Nice shot by Gudiño.
All right, 3rd round coming your way. Dmitry Castillo fought Raymond Ford back in 2019. Then the pandemic hit, and boxing went away for him. Came back to the sport last year. This is a good job by Javier Raza, the Golden Boy matchmaker, to find an opponent this week, because it's tough at this weight class, because you know all about it, how hard that is. Yet, if you're going to find an opponent, make sure it's an opponent that can be replaceable, that is good. Is it just going to be coming here to like lay down, take a shot, and then it's a waste of money?
The point is to get the right experience. And look, Gudiño smells blood.
And he's attacking in the corner, and goes down. And the fight has been waved off for the first time in his career. Rafael Castillo is stopped. It is by 19-year-old Kevin Gudiño, who's now 2-0.
I think it was a good stoppage. Maybe a little earlier, but this was going to happen sooner than later. Good job by Gudiño.
And Gudiño just jumped on him right away to start that round. Let's look at the highlight before it.
The replay. Look, he smelled blood, left hand. But just chasing and staying constantly on Castillo and not pressing the brake. I mean, he saw the opportunity and he took it.
35 seconds of the 3rd round is the official
Good body
stoppage.
shots. That was the shot right there, the left body shot.
And the 19-year-old, no big celebration. Like, okay, I took care of business like I was supposed to. Sportsmanship between the two. Rafael Castillo.
It's a great start to a great career. He has the fundamental attributes to be something special in his game. Needs to be polished, but give it time.
So Mark Frado is ready to let us know. All right, Mark Frado ready to make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee in charge, Chris Lieben, calls for a halt to this contest. Your official time, 35 seconds in round number 3. Your winner by knockout and still undefeated. From the Puente, California, representando Mexico City, Kevin Cloroformo Gudiño.
Kevin Gudiño, the 19-year-old, gets some words from Rafael Castillo, so he's now 2-0. So now it's up to his manager, Arnold Barbosa, in a few minutes to make it 2-0 for the Barbosa clan. You see father-son, what a cool moment there.
I enjoy watching these duels, you know, father-son. I would like to have something like that, you know, but
in a good way, though.
In a good way.
Because how many father-sons in boxing where they don't talk to each other anymore?
Right. You see all the cases, but
but and have a good moment like that.
What's the best way to have the person that really cares about you in the corner?
All right, that's the first fight, Gudiño. The main event here on the YouTube is going to be Yair Gallardo from Chihuahua and Carlos Miranda. Daniel Garcia, Junebug still to come, as is Gael Cabrera, Fabian Guzman. Up next is going to be Javier Mesa, El Gallito from Amarillo, Texas. All right, more fights coming your way here, Golden Boy, on Valentine's weekend.
Get all the rally action here on DAZN. Existing champions aim to cement their legacy, whilst up-and-coming stars continue their meteoric rise on the toughest, most dangerous terrains in the world. All stages, all races, live and on demand.
Am I live? Am I live? I know I'm live because Scrappy doesn't stop. He stays live right now. Our stage manager told me that we're on camera. She doesn't know that Scrappy is always on camera. Even when there's no camera around, Scrappy knows the camera's going to find him. That's
Something like that, something like that.
Yeah, my partner today is Scrappy Ramirez. You'll be seeing him in action later on this year. But tonight we have 5 more fights coming your way here on the Golden Boy YouTube portion. And you saw that commercial. DAZN is super busy, as DAZN is going to be busy all year long, and it's going to be where you need to watch tonight's fights. Here from the Honda Center in Orange County, you need to make sure you have the DAZN app at 5 o'clock is when Duarte opens that up. And then it's going to be Oscar Duarte against Miguel Madueño in the minute. What, you just like the mayor here? You're waving to everybody?
I said 5 more fights.
Oh, I thought you were just waving at everybody in the crowd.
No, 5 more fights.
I mean, blow kisses while you're at
My
it.
people,
While we
get the
look at
popcorn ready, man. It's a great night of boxing. Great day of boxing.
I was looking at the tail of the tape now for our next fight. There it is. As Javier Mesa. Shout out to everybody in Amarillo, Texas. He's the younger fighter with the longer reach, as he's taking on Lyle McFarland from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Mesa, 5'7", 69-inch reach. He is also a young fighter. I think he's only 20 years old, coming from Amarillo, Texas. So this will be a good fight, as Lyle McFarland 3-6, but McFarland always takes on tough fighters. Our ring announcer, ready to bring him out? Bring him out, Mark Fratto.
All right, fight fans, up next, let's meet on his way to the blue corner from Tulsa, Oklahoma, Lyle, the Island Prince, McFarland.
.28-year-old Lyle McFarland. He's got big surge over his shoulder. Cut man. McFarland, Scrappy, this is the kind of guy that we're going up against. I'll take the fight anywhere. I don't need anybody. I'll pick up a team when I get to town. He said, that's just the way I am, man. Old school, come at it. Has a trainer back in Oklahoma. Couldn't make it, so he's here. I'm just going to believe in my abilities. Coming off a victory, a decision victory last July. Before that, he fought all undefeated fighters. I saw him fight Leo Rubalcaba, who's trained by Robert Garcia last year at a show here in Southern California. Then he also fought Jose Cholette, who trains down at the House of Boxing in San Diego. So he's taking on good, young, talented prospects. And he's going to have one today in Javier Mesa.
And now, his undefeated opponent makes his way to the red corner from Amarillo, Texas, Javier El Gallito Mesa.
21-year-old Javier Mesa, Amarillo, Texas. Amarillo in the morning, right? You gotta go like the song. But he trains in Indio, California. Tonio Diaz over his shoulder. And he spars a lot of the guys that they have there.
It's a big stable over there.
Yep, a lot of the Uzbeks. That's Cisco Garcia in his corner also. So a good amateur standout. Works at a steakhouse in Amarillo. And boss gave him some days off, and we were joking here during the press conference, like, hey, boss gonna give you like 6 weeks off, right, paid? He's like, yeah, I like the way you think.
He wishes.
Young fighters aren't making millions. He got a KO in his pro debut. That was in December on the Golden Boy Fight Night card. See what he does in his second one.
Ladies and gentlemen, the action continues from the center of the ring here at the Honda Center in Anaheim, California. This is Golden Boy Boxing on YouTube. Our next contest is scheduled for 4 rounds in the welterweight division. Brought to you by Oscar De La Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions and presented by Golden Boy Promotions partner Riyadh Season. Bet Online, odds for the fights are brought to you by Bet Online. And Wild Casino, America's most trusted online casino. Let's get wild. The judges scoring this contest are Jonathan Davis, Jack Reese, and Martha Tremblay. And controlling the action at the sound of the bell, the referee in charge is Ray Armendariz. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He weighed in at 142.2 pounds. As a professional, his record stands at 3 victories, 6 defeats, 1 win by knockout, and 1 no contest. He wears black with white and gold and hails from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Ladies and gentlemen, Lyle, the Island Prince, McFarland. His opponent is undefeated, fighting out of the red corner. He weighed in at 143.6 pounds. As a professional, his record stands at 1-0. That victory coming by way of knockout. He wears the red, white, and green of Mexico and represents Amarillo, Texas. Please welcome Javier El Gallito Mesa.
Right. Belt line's good for you. The entire belt line right here is legal for you. Belt line right here, all is legal for you. Giving you instructions in the dressing room. I expect a fair, clean fight. Touch them up if you want. Back to your corners.
Ray Armendariz, our third man in the ring. Jack Reese, recently retired as a ref, is now the judge. Jonathan Davis and Martha Tremblay also judges today. Lorana Ganaway, our timekeeper alongside Keenan Wright. Let's get going. Our second bout of the afternoon, the super lightweight division. Mesa taking on McFarland and scheduled for 4 rounds. El Gallito in the Mexico green, white, and red. Against Oklahoma's Lyle McFarland in the black with yellow.
Nice. Came out catching shots early, setting the tone. Look.
So Gallito has a good following back in Amarillo. Texas kid's gonna have that. Hard worker. Good amateur background. But we didn't get to see much. You're not gonna see much in your pro debut. Let's see what he gets now against Lyle McFarland, who has 9 pro fights. Body shot right away from Mesa.
Yeah, Mesa came in, he setting the tone early, catching shots and going to the body.
And right over my shoulders, you can hear Big Serge Estrada, the cut man, who's working in the corner of McFarland. Little instructions you'll hear.
Something interesting, he says, stand your ground. It's only the first round, so, you know, both fighters have energy. It's okay to use your legs early in the rounds, you know, stick and move. Obviously, Mesa is more experienced. He's comfortable catching shots.
Second bout of the night. After this is going to be Fabian Guzman, then Gael Cabrera. Still got Junebug Garcia and Yair Gallardo to go here on YouTube. The broadcast live on DAZN at 5 o'clock, and that's where you're going to see the main event, Oscar Duarte and Miguel Madueño. So when you get your first fight out of the way, the second one is like, okay, let's figure some things out, right?
Well,
see what's going on.
Let's keep going. Let's see what's the next steps.
Okay.
I really like the pace Mesa's fighting on right now. It's really slow, but still aggressive.
Yeah, nice and calm.
Calm, but he's still in the line of fire. And again, being aggressive, look, using the feet to create space.
Got the 806 on the back of his trunks, representing where he's from. His body work again from Mesa.
He's really sitting behind those shots as well.
Yeah, his pro debut.
Nice 1-2 by Mesa. Gets right back with the jab.
Well, he's getting more resistance today than he did in his pro debut. getting hit a couple times. McFarland's not here to lay down.
Yeah, but it is part of his style. When you apply pressure, something will come back, and you might take 1 or 2 shots. That's why it's super important to stay defensively alert. Ooh.
Done with the first.
Great round by Mesa.
All right, Antonio Diaz giving the instruction. Look at these replays here, Scrappy.
Let's go back. Let's see. Stepping up under control. Staying patient. Jab, body. I like the body shots. I think those are being effective early in the first round. That was a 1-2 jab. Good job by staying composed.
All right, so he'll be headed to the second round for the first time in his career. And mentioned Lyle McFarland is a tougher opponent.
Look how relaxed he looks in the corner. That's a confident fighter right there.
Nice and calm is Javier
El
Mesa.
Gallito, right?
El Gallito. So McFarland's last 6 opponents have all been undefeated. He lost to Terrence William a decision. Neil Rubalcaba, who signed with Matchroom, got him in the first round. Zayshala decision. So he started his career in 2022. He lost it, then he won his next couple over there in Oklahoma. And here he is now on a Golden Boy show in Southern California because he gives you that resistance. He's tough.
Fighting back. He didn't come to lay down. He's fighting. I like the adjustment.
Moving away is McFarland now. Gallito puts him against the ropes. McFarland winging a shot. Body work. You can hear the thud from the punches of Javier Mesa.
Yeah, those shots are with bad intentions by Mesa.
And when you're training at the Diaz brothers training camp with Joel and Antonio Diaz, and you see MJ, you see the champions in there, the Uzbeks that are coming over, or the young prospect that Golden Boy has, like a Manny Flores and a Grant Flores and a Caden Griffiths. Like, you got to step your game up, and Mesa, from what I've been told, has been doing that in camp. You know, you work with Julian Chua, and you work with so many different trainers where it's like not all trainers are going to take on anybody.
No, some trainers are picking, obviously, if you have a big stable, you want to spend time on, obviously.
Oh, good right hand there, Scrappy. McFarland ate that.
That's down. I think he's hurt.
It was a slip. It was a slip. Amandari's the referee. Jump on it.
Mason's doing a good job by staying composed. He knows he hurt him, but he's not going wild.
Yeah, McFarland breathing heavy, and he's not trying
approach.
He's just trying to hold on. Less than a minute to go in the second round. You're right, Scrappy. McFarland looked like he got tagged. Something's wrong with him.
He's hurt. Probably a body shot. He's been digging to the body.
And he's just trying to survive.
Oh, there you go.
He goes through the ropes, and it is over.
Oh.
It is over. Javier Mesa with a second round KO. He's now 2-0. Amarillo, Texas, stand up for El Gallito. .215 of the second round. And you saw it early, Scrappy, right when the slip, you're like, he's not right, and the fight gets ended.
Mesa did a good job. He came out, worked behind the jab, applied smart pressure, stay composed, and the opportunity presented itself. You mentioned something about getting hit. It happens with the style. You know, you catch shots, one might slip through, but the point is stay focused defensively, responsible, and when the opportunity presents itself, you take it, and that's what he did.
Yeah, because McFarland went through the ropes. We'll get you the replays here, Scrappy.
Let's
take it
the
away.
replay. Let's see.
I like this young man, 21 years old.
Look, I just look, working behind the jab, looking for the opening, right hand over the top, right on the chin. Creating more space right there. Jab, right hand. Try to lift him up. Good job by the referee, saved his life that last second.
Yeah. You know, especially with the 4 rounders, you're going to be more careful earlier stoppages, and that would have been just
It could have been bad, for sure. It could have been bad.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee in charge, Ray Armendariz, calls for a halt to this contest. Your official time, 2 minutes, 15 seconds. In round number 2, your winner by knockout and still undefeated from Amarillo, Texas, Javier El Gallito Mesa.
Juan Argudin in the YouTube chat. Mesa is a Mesa Plata. All right, I get you there. Having some fun with it. Shout out to everybody in the YouTube chat. Brought to you by Golden Boy Promotions. Mesa does have some power.
You see Barbosa is on right now.
Is Barbosa on now?
I got it 68-65. Barbosa's winning.
Oh, that's what, okay. So there's what's going on. His young fighter had a win earlier. All right, so 2 fights done. Let's see what's left on tap this afternoon. Victory so far for Kevin Gudinho and Mesa via stoppage. What will we get from Fabian Guzman, who's coming up next? Still got El Terror, Gael Cabrera, Daniel Garcia, Junebug, and then Yair Gallardo still to go. More boxing coming your way. Honda Center, Golden Boy Promotions on Valentine's weekend.
Betu.
Get all the rally action here on DAZN. Existing champions aim to cement their legacy, whilst up-and-coming stars continue their meteoric rise on the toughest, most dangerous terrains in the world. All stages, all races, live and on demand.
Was you surprised with anything that Dmitry did? You would have watched his fights before, but you only know someone when you're in the ring in a real fight.
Of course, he did a good job. Like, I mean, they prepared good. Not like stronger or faster, but everything like you know, more all skills, like when all performance. I mean,
you know, one of the hardest hitters in boxing, right? His record before you, he knocked everyone out. Was he stronger than you thought? Did he hit harder than you thought?
I was expecting that he's strong, and he was strong.
He's won the first fight. You go into this one with a different type of pressure. To lose again would be a bit of a damage to your career. Is more pressure on you to win this time? Was it the same as it was before?
The same pressure from outside. I always doesn't like to lose, you know, and I don't want. And of course, every lose could damage you. But I'm not focusing on this now.
TV. Back here ringside, Golden Boy Promotions, Valentine's weekend, bringing you boxing. We're on the YouTube portion right now. Still got 4 more fights to go for you. It'll be Fabian Guzman coming up next. Of course, we still got Gael Cabrera, Daniel Garcia, Junebug, and Yair Gallardo. The main event tonight on DAZN is Oscar Duarte against Miguel Madueño. Oscar Duarte has a fantastic story. Young man from Parral, Chihuahua, 28-2-1, 22 KOs. He's an action-packed fighter. Let's hear more from Oscar Duarte.
Hey everybody, I am Oscar Duarte, and this is The Breakdown. Ahí lo que pasaba por mi cabeza era la victoria. Era lo único que tenía en mi mente, ganar esa pelea. Sabía que no iba a ser una pelea fácil. Jojo Díaz es un gran peleador, muy experimentado, con mucha experiencia. Pero yo venía de una derrota, entonces yo sé que pues una derrota no me define porque soy un guerrero y esta era la pelea donde yo me iba a mostrar a mí mismo de que era capaz de hacer mucho. Y ahí empecé desde el principio a tirar mis golpes con confianza. Confiaba yo en el gran campamento que hice, una gran preparación física, pero también acá en la mente. Estaba listo para la guerra. Y como te digo, en mi cabeza solo estaba ganar, disfrutar también la pelea, la adrenalina. Yo venía muy bien preparado, entonces estuvo moviendo los primeros rounds, estuvo moviendo. Le empecé a meter al cuerpo para bajarlo y ya cuando lo bajé y lo tenía parado, ahí le empecé a tupir mis golpes. Me sentía muy confiado por mi gran esquina con Robert Garcia, con Ulises Rubalcaba, con todo mi equipo. Hicimos una gran preparación, entonces yo estaba confiado y disfrutando la pelea. Ahí lo empecé a agarrar con mi mano derecha, le empezó a entrar y fui agarrando cada vez más confianza. Me fui llenando de confianza. Ahí yo ya sabía que lo tenía lastimado y le seguí dando. Respondía muy bien, ahí lo agarré, lo lastimé, ahí me di cuenta. Pero yo es un peleador muy experimentado, que sabía que no podía hacer nada de confianza porque si cometí un error, me lo iba a hacer pagar. Entonces estaba yo muy concentrado y me estaba hirviendo la sangre porque quería el knockout. Y tracas. Yo creo que la clave ahí fue el golpe al cuerpo, porque trae una gran condición y ahí paran la pelea. Yo creo que muy buena decisión del referee. Yo ya veía muy lastimado a Yoyo y siento que la pararon muy a tiempo. Y pues fue una gran victoria, un gran regreso. Una gran satisfacción porque me mostré a mí mismo que un resultado no te define, que siempre hay que seguir adelante. Thank you guys for watching my episode of The Breakdown.
I love to see the growth of Oscar Duarte, who started his career with Golden Boy at the old LA Fight Club that we had at the Velasco Theater, came in as an opponent. Look where he's at now. Good breakdown of him and Jojo Diaz. So Duarte, the main event later on tonight against Miguel Madueño. You'll need the DAZN app to check that one out. That's at 5 o'clock. But right here on the YouTube portion, we have 4 more fights coming your way. Let's look at the tail of the tape for our next one, which is going to be Fabian Guzman taking on Daniel Lim, the Filipino. Guzman, the much taller fighter, and he has a slight reach advantage, 21 years old, from Orange, California, right down the street. Lim is from the Philippines, was living in Florida, but now he's in Southern California, goes to spars every now and then at Wild Card, so it'll be interesting to see how this one goes on. Our ring announcer, Mark Prado, ready to bring them out.
All right, fight fans. Let's meet the next warrior on his way to the blue corner. From Don Carlos in the Philippines, now Los Angeles, Daniel D. Lion Lim.
The Rocky theme for the Filipino Daniel Lim. What song do you use, Scrap? You mix it up, right? Your walkouts?
Honestly, I'm a creative individual, so I like to remix a couple songs. So, for example, my last walkout was I did Michael Jackson, Beat It, and yeah, having fun with what I do.
Part of the deal right there. Have some fun. So the Filipino is in his corner. Who's he taking on?
And now his undefeated opponent makes his way to the red corner from Orange, California, Fabian Guzman.
6-0, 6 KOs. 5 minutes away is where he grew up, Fabian Guzman. He has Archimedes Garcia, Juvencio Santos, and Jose de Jesus Estrada in his corner. SOA Boxing, his management group, they're behind him. Trains at the same place where Alexis Rocha trains. Alexis will be part of the DAZN broadcast later on this afternoon. Guzman, scheduled for 6 rounds in the middleweight division. Coming out to Tigres del Norte. Last time he was in the ring, he got a second round stoppage. That was in December at the Toyota Arena. That was a Rocha Curiel main event. That was a heck of a fight. It was a draw. Hopefully they run that one back.
You know, Guzman only has 6 fights, but he's number 45 in the USA rank, so
he's climbing.
He's climbing quick.
All right, Mark Prado, let's hear it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the action continues from the center of the ring here at the Honda Center in Anaheim, California. This is Golden Boy Boxing on YouTube. Our next contest is scheduled for 6 rounds in the middleweight division. Brought to you by Oscar De La Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions and presented by Golden Boy Promotions partner Riyadh Season. Bet Online, the odds for the fights are brought to you by Bet Online and Wild Casino, America's most trusted online casino. Let's get wild. The judges for this contest are Carla Caiz, Tiffany Clinton, and Ivan Guillermo. And controlling the action when the bell sounds, the referee in charge is Chris Lieben. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He weighed in at 160.2 pounds. As a professional, his record stands with 11 victories, 3 defeats, 3 wins coming by way of knockout. He wears silver this evening. He's a native of Don Carlos in the Philippines, now living, training, and fighting out of Los Angeles. Please welcome Daniel D. Lion Lim. His opponent is undefeated and fighting out of the red corner. He weighed in at 159.2 pounds. As a professional, his record stands with 6 bouts, 6 victories, all 6 wins coming by way of knockout. He wears black with gold and represents Orange, California. Ladies and gentlemen, Fabian Guzman.
Gentlemen, bring it into center. We went over the rules in the locker room. Protect yourselves at all times. Obey my commands at all times. These shorts are a little high. Your belt line's about the middle of that logo. Your belt line's right here. You guys got that? Go ahead and touch gloves. Back to your corners.
Chris Lieben, the third man in the ring. Tiffany Clinton, Carla Caiz, and Ivan Guillermo are judges for this one, scheduled for 6 rounds in the middleweight division. Fabian Guzman, 6-0, 6 KOs. He started his career in 2023 with a knockout in Culiacan, Sinaloa, Mexico. And then after that, started fighting on Golden Boy shows. Not signed, but they like that prospect. They've been working. Been on a Fantasy Spring show. Did the Sugar Ray Leonard charity event that's private invite only. So, young man has some talent. Middleweight division's always fun.
He's a big body for that weight class.
Yeah, and he made it easy. Made it at 159. So he's never gone past the second round, Guzman. And Daniel Lim, his trainer, is right next to us, and you'll hear Daniel Lastrilla in his corner, giving instructions in Tagalog. I think we understand the 1-2.
1-2, right.
Lim was living in Florida, now in Southern California. The one fight I did find of his, he just throws overhands trying to land and connect them.
Well, in this case, you will see a lot of overhands and just jumping in with those shots because of the height difference.
For Lim, 11-3, 3 stoppages. Got uppercut from Lim. There's the overhands we were talking about.
That's what we were talking about earlier, fighting awkward styles. You don't, some styles you don't see.
Yeah. Caught with the left by Guzman. Body work upstairs again, Guzman. Lim in trouble in the corner, and he goes down in the first. Body shot drops him. Gets up at 9. Right at 9.5, he got up less than a minute to go. Lim's been dropped his last 2 fights. Guzman sensing something, attacking against the belt. Lim just desperate. And Guzman staying calm. Lim lands ones upstairs though. So fight from the Filipino, fight from the trainer who's yelling. There we go. Guzman upstairs. Lim, more punishment. He's trying to survive. I don't know how much more punishment Lim's going to let Lim take.
I think at this point,
10 seconds to go, and there he is, down for the second time in the round, and I don't think he's going to get up. Lim counting. Man, Lim is tough. Holy smokes, this guy gets up, and Lim stops it. First round stoppage for Fabian Guzman. He's now 7-0, 7 KOs. Man, Lim got up twice. I don't know how.
Let me state the obvious. We know Guzman is the better fighter here, but today he got tested. He got hit. He stayed composed, and he capitalized.
Yeah, he did get hit a couple times. 2:59 of the first round. Look at this highlight, Scrappy.
I mean, good job by doubling the body shot coming up. That's the thing. Look, Lim just staying low. It's kind of hard to touch, but Guzman did a good job by staying composed, using his forearm and creating those openings to the body and doubling up the shots.
Well, Guzman gets the crowd. Most of the people in the building went out for him. And for the third straight fight, Lim has been stopped.
You always wonder, what would a fighter do if he gets hurt? Well, you know that he will stay composed and he will stick to the game plan, and that's what he did.
So Fabian Guzman, you're right, Scrappy. He did hit a couple of times.
Yeah, no, but Guzman got hurt.
Yeah.
I saw the knees buckled, and he didn't panic.
Stay calm.
He didn't panic. He stayed calm.
Yeah, he goes and does some sparring with Robert Garcia's guys out there in Moreno Valley. So here, Mark Prado, make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee in charge, Chris Lieben, calls for a halt to this contest. Your official time, 2 minutes, 59 seconds in the very first round. Your winner by knockout and still undefeated from Orange, California, Fabian Guzman.
Good job by Lieben stopping it right at 259. Lim didn't take any more punishment. So Guzman with his team, SOA team, is going to take the team picture. There's his manager, Abraham, suit, and his team around him. Archimedes Garcia, Santos, and Estrada. All right, 3 fights done, 3 more to go here on YouTube. Let's give you a recap of what we've had so far. Hey, 3 of them, 3 knockouts. Kevin Gudinho got one in the 3rd. Pesa stopped it in the 2nd. Guzman stopped it in the 1st. What will we get next? Gael Cabrera, Junebug Garcia, and Yair Gallardo still to come here. Golden Boy Promotions, Valentine's Weekend Boxing from the Honda Center.
Get all the rally action here on DAZN. Existing champions aim to cement their legacy, whilst up-and-coming stars continue their meteoric rise on the toughest, most dangerous terrains in the world. All stages, all races, live and on demand.
Do you expect to stop him this time, Artur? Everyone expected to see that because before it was 20 fights, 20 wins, 20 knockouts. Are you upset with yourself that you didn't?
No, no upset because I never focus of knocking out someone like my previous opponents. I'm more focused for on other details.
Dmitry, I think you surprised some people in the fight because there were times in that fight where you had him on the back foot. There were some times where it looked like you would hurt him. Do you think you have enough power to stop Artur?
I think I have enough power to stop everybody in light heavyweight division. And at the same time, everybody from light heavyweight division have enough power to stop me. It's just about the moment where you can deliver your punch.
Was you confident when the judges were reading out the scorecard? Was you confident that you had done enough to win?
To win, yes, but you want to do more, better. Not important to do knockout, but I mean,
that's
little things, yeah.
TV.
Oh, back here at ringside, Beth Duran with you. Scrappy Ramirez out there taking pictures with fans, as he should be. Scrappy, my partner. Later on, Eric Priest is going to join us for the last 2 fights. We got 3 more to go for you here on the Golden Boy YouTube portion. And at 5 o'clock, you'll need the DAZN app. That's where you can watch Joel Iriarte open it up. Kenneth Sims Jr., the boss man. El Nino, Ricardo Sandoval. DFG, Darius Fulgham in the co-main against Winfred Harris. And in the main event, Oscar Duarte against Miguel Madueño. So you'll need the YouTube app for that. Well, Scrappy, you want to join me or not? You done taking pictures with all your fans? There it is. So we have 3 more for you here on YouTube. Everybody wants the picture with Scrappy, man. I love that. I love that.
I had to take a break, but I'm back, my people. Sorry.
And you know DFG really well. And let's look at the cameras, see what the cameras caught up when they had Darius Fulgham in the gym.
This is honestly probably the best that I felt going to any fight, you know. Most prepared, come off the last victory. Ali said, sacrifice now and live the rest of your life as a champion. And that hasn't resonated more true to me now than ever in my life. And so 2024 all about sacrificing. See the bigger picture and we're just gonna keep attacking.
Darius is he's a pressure fighter without reckless pressure. Relentless pressure, even though it may not look like it from the outside, he has a habit of trying to stay in range to always create a mental pressure during the fight, the entirety of the fight.
I gotta give a huge shout out to my guy, Alan Langford at Athletic Body Mechanics. I know the difference of when I'm with him and when I'm not with him. You know, I can feel it in my body and how I perform day in and day out. So huge shout out to him. He's been a huge help My favorite exercise, and honestly the most brutal, grueling one, is the mental exercises. I can't stress enough what it's done for my career and really helping me grow as a fighter. And they're the most valuable exercises that you can do. Your mind and body is so connected, and that's what's helping me perform at the levels that I'm at. And that's why I'm DFG, Destined for Greatness.
Coach, I just kind of what we've been working on is different variations of punches, right? Delivery of different punches and putting combinations together a little better.
Activity has been the most important thing to me, and I got to give a huge shout out to Golden Boy for that. Really blessed me with these constant opportunities to perform on a big platform like DAZN. Every fighter can understand after each fight we just like level up, and after every fight I just feel like I just unlocked a new level, and so I'm ready to keep on staying active this year.
13-0, 11 KOs. DFG, you'll see him later on tonight as he's the co-main, and you know him, Scrappy, you guys have the same management team. That kid works hard.
Works hard, and he believes in himself. I think that's the most important attribute.
Yeah, he was recently the main event on a Golden Boy Fight Night. Now he's here on a Saturday where you want to be. That's coming up later on, but let's look at the tail of the tape for our next fight. It's going to be Yair Cabrera, 6-0, 4 KOs, taking on the veteran Roberto Ucheta from Mexico. And the height advantage is on the side of the Yair. The age is 34 years old for Ucheta. Our ring announcer, Mark Frano, is ready to bring out the fighters.
Fans, our next fighter makes his way to the blue corner from Mexico City, Distrito Federal de Mexico, Roberto El Escorpión Ucheta.
Roberto Ucheta, a veteran pro, have gloves, I'll travel, I'll take you on. He's walking to the ring right now with Javier Rivera on his side. 14, 25, and 3. He's fought most of the Golden Boy prospects over the years, including one John Ramirez, who was 8-0 at that time.
Tough opponent for sure.
Yeah, that was at the Galen Center back in 2022.
My goal was to knock him out. He only has one stoppage on his resume. If I could have stopped him, I would have made a big statement, you know? So expect a exciting fight.
Yeah, that stoppage was back in 2016 against Emmanuel Navarrete, who is a champion. All right, let's hear from Yair Cabrera.
And now his undefeated opponent makes his way to the red corner from Ciudad Obregón, Sonora, Mexico, Yair El Terror Cabrera.
The Terror, El Terror, Yair Cabrera, Ciudad Obregón, Sonora, Mexico. Now training in Southern California with Hector Lopez, who trains Alexis Rocha. He's also got Francisco Espinosa in his corner, along with Brian Pinzon. Yair bounces around. I like his attitude, Scrappy.
When I see him, I think of a shark. You know why? Because whenever he smells blood, he goes for the kill.
Yes, he does. 6-0, 4 KOs, including the last 2. In his last fight in December, he knocked out the Filipino Diagan, who was tough. You're right, he goes for he's fun. Oscar De La Hoya really high on this young 20-year-old, El Terror. He's all action. This should be a good one.
He's from Hermosillo, right?
Sonora, but he trains in Hermosillo also.
Hermosillo.
Yeah, Ciudad Obregón, so like that's south, and it's all over there.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening once again from the center of the ring here at the Honda Center in Anaheim, California. This is Golden Boy Boxing on YouTube. Our next contest is scheduled for 6 rounds in the Super Bantamweight division. Brought to you by Oscar de la Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions and presented by Golden Boy Promotions partner, Riyadh Season. Bet Online, the odds for the fights are brought to you by Bet Online. And Wild Casino, America's most trusted online casino. Let's get wild. The judges scoring this contest are Jonathan Davis, Jack Reese, and Martha Tremblay. And controlling the action when the bell sounds, the referee in charge is Ray Armendariz. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He weighed in at 120.8 pounds. As a professional, his record stands at 14 victories, 25 defeats, 3 draws, 8 wins coming by way of knockout. He wears black and silver and hails from Mexico City, Distrito Federal de Mexico. Please welcome Roberto El Escorpión Pucheta. His opponent is undefeated, fighting out of the red corner. He weighed in at 121.8 pounds. As a professional, his record stands with 6 bouts, 6 victories, 4 wins coming by way of knockout. He wears red with pink this Valentine's Day weekend and hails from Ciudad Obregón, Sonora, Mexico. Ladies and gentlemen, Yair El Terror Cabrera.
Mire, de aquí todo el cinturón es bien para ti, de aquí para arriba bien para ti, Gael. Ya les di instrucciones en el vestidor, ahora espero una pelea limpia. Choquen guantes si quieren a sus esquinas.
Ray Armendariz is the 3rd man in the ring. And it's going to be Jack Reese, Jonathan Davis, and Martha Tremblay, your judges. 6 rounds scheduled in the Super Bantamweight division. Valentine's weekend, and Scrappy, you love the short from Gael.
That's a good combination, pink and red.
The southpaw Gael Cabrera, he'll switch it up every now and then to the orthodox side, but he's just a fun action fighter. This fight was supposed to happen last year as Pucheta was on his way, and he's a pro. He shows up, he makes weight, he's there all the time. But he got to the airport, and when he got to his destination, well, he couldn't find his wallet, couldn't find his passport, was lost.
Wow.
Could not enter the United States because he didn't have his documentation. So he lost it somewhere on the transfer. And he called Golden Boy matchmaker Razo right away and was like, man, you know this isn't me. I'm not trying to pull one on you guys. I'm just stuck. They're like, no, we'll get you back in here against Gael. And this is a good test because you mentioned Scrappy Pucheta has only been stopped once. It was by Vaquero Navarrete, the champion now. And then you went against him. So what kind of guy is he? He said it's tough, huh?
Oh, he's tough. He's just a person that keeps coming, you know. And he tries harder. That's his style. You know, that's his only adaptation. Try harder.
Try harder. And he's going to be there for you. You can find him. He's not going to go anywhere. He's not running.
I wouldn't be surprised if Gael gets the knockout.
Really?
He's super. Yeah. Gael is a fighter that works behind the jab, breaks you down, and again, when the opportunity presents itself, he takes it, and he doesn't miss. He always hits on target.
Like that?
Like that.
He's even got the pink gloves going on. Is Gael? He's very sharp, very precise for a 20-year-old. More jabs and good footwork, moving around. Just Cabrera.
And if you notice, he fights both hands. He chose to fight, well, right now, southpaw, right? Because the backhand is just there. And then, look, switched again.
Smoothly, too.
Giving him different looks, creates different angles off different stands.
Pucheta turned pro in 2008. And there was a string in the, like about 2017 where he was fighting every single Golden Boy prospect. Diego De Loya, Kevin Rivers Jr. You just see him at the Golden Boy show. He was there to test them youngsters. And he did that. He's still doing that. And every now and then he'll mix in a fight. And then next year in 2023, He knocked out an undefeated fighter who was 7-0, Ernie Cuevas, back in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. So every now and then he'll sneak up on you and get you. And now they're just trading as we got 10 seconds to go in the opening round. A fun fight starting to break out between Cabrera and Pucheta here at the Honda Center. Valentine's weekend action heating up. Oh, good shot right at the bell.
I believe Cabrera is an elite fighter. At this point, you can see how calm he fights in the pocket. Just shoots, defensively respondable, and he responds with a counter every time. Most importantly, how
sharp, straight to the point. We're going to see that in the replays here, Scrappy.
This is what I'm talking about. Look, down the pipe and responsible. Came back with the left hand, looking for the next option. Uppercut.
There's that shot right at the
bad
bump.
intentions every shot by Cabreras. And Cabreras is the type of fighter that he's not satisfied with a win.
Nah.
He wants to make a statement. He's looking for the knockout.
He's very shy. And because he's from Obregón, which is a good town, but where his area is at, even smaller.
You mean shy?
Personality-wise.
I think it's the lack of not speaking English, so he doesn't feel comfortable. But
he's also 20.
But he is a confident.
Oh,
person.
Absolutely. In the ring.
When I speak, no, but when I speak to him in Spanish, the confidence is there.
Yeah, he's like for the press conference, I'm like, all right, I gotta ask you a question. Like, okay. Like, I just want to. He's one of those guys. I just want to fight.
You know, one thing I just noticed. I know he's a young fighter. He has everything, but position is super important. Right now, he had Pacheta against the ropes, and he didn't notice how he just naturally switched, meaning he lost the position. That's something he might want to consider in his game. You know, it make a big difference. Positioning.
You got a fighter in Cabrera who has 6 pro fights, and Golden Boy put him up with somebody who has 42 pro fights to see what he can do.
Cabrera spamming the left hand on the answer.
Y saludos a toda la gente en La Rueda, Ciudad Obregón, Sonora, México. Especialmente al hermano, el Pichón Cabrera. So Cabrera comes from a fighting family. His brother fights in Mexico. Dad is training him.
Beautiful. That's what you call boxing. Hit and not get hit.
1-2 from Cabrera.
Gets out, look, and working behind the jab. And as you see, he's backing up just enough, giving up the space. Not giving too much space, but just enough so he can reset. You know, one thing my coach used to say is, if you find the answer, you spam it until the person makes
until they make the adjustment?
The adjustment. And if they don't make the adjustment, you keep abusing it. And Cabrera is doing that with the right hand.
Giving you the different looks going from southpaw to orthodox as we approach minutes to go in the second round. So scheduled for 6.
You know why fighters change? Switch stance?
I know a lot of the young fighters are doing that. You're one of those guys that does it.
So changing stance create different angles, different openings, right? That's one. And 2, also you create a different look. So it's hard for a fighter to capture someone's pattern, right? If you keep doing the same thing over and over and over, I mean, over a round, I'm gonna get the hang of it. But if you keep switching it, then you start confusing your opponent.
But not everybody can do it in a smooth and effective way.
No.
Upstairs from Cabrera. Pucheta wears that hook. What about being calm? Put him into the corner. Pucheta gets out of that corner. I see what you're talking about, Scrappy. Let him go. Final seconds of the second round. This was scheduled for 6. Honda Center, Golden Boy Promotions on Valentine's weekend.
And like I said earlier, his only adaptation will be try harder. And you saw that last 10 seconds. He got hit with a couple shots, and Pucheta came back. All right, let's check the quick replays. I mean, left hand southpaw, spamming it, and over, responsible, good body shot. I mean, at this point, that's what you call stacking. You start with one shot, and then you stack the second shot behind it, you know? So basically, you start with one shot, and the same shot you end up with, that's where you start, stacking.
Third round of action. This is our third fight of the afternoon. Got victories for Kevin Gudiño, a third round stoppage. Javier Mesa got the second round stoppage. And Fabian Guzman, in the previous fight, got a first round KO. So we got three more. Right now we're watching Gael Cabrera and the veteran Roberto Pucheta. Daniel Garcia, Junebug, representing Denver, Colorado, is coming up next. And then we still got Yair Gallardo in the Cruiserweight division from Chihuahua, Mexico. At 5 o'clock, DAZN is what you'll need. You'll need the DAZN app to watch Oscar Duarte against Miguel Madueño. Also, DFG, El Nino Ricardo Sandoval, the boss man, Ken Sims Jr., and Joel Iriarte opens up the broadcast. Cabrera, body shot, bouncing, effective, doing what he wants, in control of this fight.
I really like Cabrera. He's really setting up traps at this point. He will feint you down one way, make you believe that's where he's going to come up top.
34-year-old Roberto Pucheta. He goes up against the young prospects. He makes it difficult, but he's not making anything difficult tonight. Cabrera doing whatever he wants, moving any way he wants.
You know the saying, right? A fun fighter, a happy fighter is a dangerous fighter.
This is where Cabrera wants to be, in that zone. Golden Boy signed him before he even turned pro. Usually wait a couple fights to see what you have, though. They signed him right away. Turned pro in 2023. And last year he had 3 different fights fall out, where one of them being the Pucheta fight, so he stuck around. Another one, an opponent was not cleared the day of, so he was in camp for almost 3 months with no fights, training, making weight, and that's the perseverance that he had to show. As Pucheta lands a shot, but not much behind it. As Cabrera is starting to break down Pucheta. Like, that's Cabrera letting him do that.
The thing is, like I told you earlier, Pucheta, his only option is to try hard, and you can't fall asleep with him.
Body movement from Cabrera. Sees the punches coming, slips them.
And if you really pay attention, Pucheta, he actually knows what he's doing. He's slipping shots. You know, he's just not athletically capable keeping up with Pucheta.
Yeah.
I mean, excuse me, Cabrera.
Yes, Pucheta's nose is starting to leak here at the end of the third. Ooh.
You know what's the interesting part about this? That last 10 seconds, it seemed like Pucheta could have stole the round, right? And coming up, that's something you want to look after as a young fighter. Don't let the opponent steal the rounds.
Like punches like that?
Like those right there.
So like they got the bleeding nose. Oh, they're still working on it. Oh, there's Big Surge putting the gauze, the Q-tip up there.
You ever had a bloody nose?
Yeah. Terrible. I don't know how you fighters do it, man. I don't know how you guys do it. Got Pop playing flag football in college and intramurals. I'm like, what's wrong with you people? Why are we trying hard here? No need for this. Gael Cabrera in control of this fight. We're in the 4th round. Cabrera fought 3 times last year. 2 stoppages and a decision. So this is where you want to see him kind of just step on the gas, right?
It's hard to tell you to step on the gas because Pucheta still has life in his, like he's still fighting back. So you still gotta respect the fact that he's fighting back. You got to stay alert. There's things coming back by Pucheta.
It looks like Pucheta has lost the steam on any of his punches because Cabrera landing all the hardest shots. Uppercut, followed by a left hook from Cabrera in the pink and red. In the corner, telling Pucheta, get out of there. And Cabrera is willing to stand with you and trade.
Yeah, he's not afraid. Tough opponent. I've been in there, shared it.
Yep.
I know what it feels like.
Can he frustrate you, Pucheta?
What's frustrating and what I do remember is me catching him with solid shots and him shooting his shots in between my shots and catching me. That's frustrating. The shots are they're not hurting me, but he's landing the shot, and that bothers fighters. It bothered me for sure. The lesson in that is to stay composed.
Junebug Garcia coming up next. He's going to have a good one against Francisco Pacheco from Sinaloa. He's fighting in the United States for the first time. Of course, the main event tonight, Oscar Duarte, Miguel Madueño. Now Cabrera, like, come on. Talking to each other in there. More blood from the nose of Pucheta in the black. Combinations from Pucheta.
Nice.
Combos from Cabrera, that's what he wanted. They wanted a trade, and you got it in the center of the ring, right on the Golden Boy logo. Cabrera like takes a step like he's a bull, huh?
Because that front foot, it's getting in the way. So southpaw, right-hander, it's a battle of who's leading. So you got to get over it. And if you don't get over it, you will see people actually trip.
Yep. And then next thing you know, we've got a clash of heads or
yes,
those kind of things. Ten seconds to go in round number 4. Gael Cabrera controlling this fight against the veteran Roberto Pucheta. The Honda setter, Gael, having fun in there. You said it.
You know what's the only thing you need to be careful here? I think Cabrera just needs to, now he's landing clearly, right? And every shot is with power, bad intensity. You see young fighters get tired, wasting so much energy on opponents' faces. And he made an adjustment right now. He started to touch instead of hitting hard. Let's see. Pucheta taking advantage of the opportunity, and Cabrera returning in combination. Yeah, at this point, Pucheta doesn't have no steam behind the shots. You gotta stay alert. Don't get hit. Don't give free shots.
Pucheta's record is ugly, but his experience is vital. That's why you have him in there against a young 20-year-old Gael Cabrera who only has 6 pro fights and limited rounds, because Pucheta can make you look frustrated, or he can give you the weird angles, or like you're saying, slipping his punches.
Not only that, it's ugly, but he has upsets in his record.
Yes, he does.
If you pay attention, is
Every now
win,
and then.
lose,
Yep.
lose, lose, win, lose, lose. So he's a fighter.
Yeah, if you sleep on him, he can make it ugly. He can steal a fight for you. But Cabrera, this is better work than having somebody who's going to go down after 3 or 4 punches.
Right. I think it's good experience for Cabrera.
The development of a young fighter, given the different wrinkles now.
Oh, good body shot by Cabrera.
Yes, it is. Sensing something. Cabrera sitting down on his punches here in the 5th round. And Pucheta willing to wear it. Eating punches upstairs. Cabrera falling in love with that left hook. Uppercut now. 1, 2, 3 for Cabrera.
It's beautiful work by Cabrera, working both sides of the body, not only one side. Head, body, left, right.
And Pucheta is wearing punches, and every now and then he'll slip one in there just like that. Cabrera gets tagged upstairs.
That's the try-hard edition.
Halfway through the 5th round.
I think that's a style. A try hard.
Yeah.
That's a style. People laugh at that, actually.
But if you take your foot off the gas against a guy like that, you're in trouble. And there's a shot from Pucheta. He lands on the
Shakes
stairs.
his head. No.
Combinations from the man in black. Cabrera keeps shaking his head no. The corner of Pucheta's like, yeah, he does. And now Cabrera's looking at the trainer. So Cabrera heard the trainer saying that hurt him, and Cabrera's looking right at him. Okay.
Entertainment.
Cabrera's just in that zone, isn't he?
Yeah, he's feeling himself. That's what you call flow state. That's what I like to call flow state.
In the flow state.
You don't no longer thinking you're just having fun.
It's like a different kind of high you guys have.
Oh, it's a different type of high. And it's pretty hard to get in that zone.
Yeah. Like marathoners, they have that runner's high, which just feels like you're gliding a certain part.
And you just run faster.
Yeah.
Faster.
With no effort, you're just nice and easy, calm. Final seconds of a fun fight. 5th round winding down as we're going to head to the 6th.
Nice thing. You know, I like the fact that there's no silent agreement by Cabrera.
See some highlights from the 5th round.
Pucheta, as usual, just trying hard, hoping to land big shots. And Cabrera capitalizing on the opportunity. Look, left, right, tying up, making more space, shaking his head, looking at the corner. Can't touch me. Boom, 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 boom.
Well, MC Hammer for you. Sixth and final round. Referee brings them together. They touch gloves. Let's see how the 20-year-old can close out the show.
So this is the last round.
Yep.
What would you tell Cabrera for this round? Yes.
Man, let me tell you this. All my boxing experience of just putting on makeup and talking into a microphone, I don't know a damn thing.
But you've been commentating for a long time.
You know what I would tell him, though? Close the show strong. Make the people want to see you again.
Okay.
It's not if you win, it's how you win. And right now, he's controlling the fight, but I want to see him dominate this round.
And do you think he's been dominating the whole fight?
Yeah. Yeah, he's there. I mean, Pucheta every now and then will slip a shot, but we got a shutout right now. At least we should have.
Good advice.
Oh, thanks. Learn from my friend, Scrappy Ramirez.
Yeah, at this point, it's all about closing the show.
Well,
we know he won't get the knockout, but it is boxing. One punch can't change the tie.
Pucheta knows how to survive and roll with punches, so he doesn't get knocked out. So the last time he was stopped, the only time he was stopped was in 2016.
And remind him by who?
El Vaquero Navarrete.
Awkward style.
Yep.
Nice.
Now, some of these shots, he's only 20. Once this dude starts getting the man muscles and starts really figuring things out, he's talented, still green. He's gonna be a fun fighter to have on the Golden Boy Fight Nights that we have on Thursdays.
But you know also what it is? He's arm punching a lot. That's why it sounds loud, right? But there's not much pop, not much hip, shoulders, full
All
body.
upstairs.
Yes, and that will come with time.
That's a slip, push down. Cabrera gets a lot of sparring. Hector Lopez takes him out to Robert Garcia's gym. And he's sparring all those dudes in there.
All respect, I'm looking forward to get some work with him. He's a highly skilled fighter, and you know, fighters like each other. We make each other better. So there's a lot to learn on both sides.
Yeah, he's at 120. So Cabrera's career, the future of the next couple months, could be at 118. Today they agreed to 121.
You see what I told you? Just trying harder.
Yeah. Respect to Pucheta, Gael Cabrera. Gonna pass this test with flying colors. Ciudad Obregón. You got a nice, talented young fighter.
Nice.
6 good rounds. Cabrera, a little shimmy at the end. Pucheta, respect to that veteran right there.
Yeah, he has my respect for sure. He earned it from me. And good job by Cabrera. Came out here, performed, entertained. Got some experience.
Our first fight that doesn't end in a knockout. So we had 6 rounds. There you see the veteran Pucheta. And there's Team Cabrera.
You know. Well, we got highlights for the whole fight of this round. Let's see. Okay, perfect. Cabrera just, again, no respect. Tripped him.
But this was Cabrera's third 6-round fight, but it's the first time he's gone 6 rounds. Previously, he went 2, he went 3. 4's been the most rounds he's ever gone. Again, the development of a fighter from 4 to 6, and eventually 8 to 10.
But also, don't get it wrong, it's only 6 rounds, so there's only so much you could do. I think to get this guy out of here, you need 12 rounds, for sure.
If that.
If that, yes.
It's tough, man. Like, again, Pucheta, those are the kind of guys that make the sport of boxing the backbone, guys that you need, guys that you have. And it's like, they're not ugly. I mean, they're not pretty on the record-wise, but then you fight them and you're like, man, that was tougher than I ever had.
And you learn a lot from this,
absolutely.
this type of opponent.
Yep. All right, Mark Fratto has our decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, here in Anaheim, let's get a big round of applause for these 2 warriors going all 6 rounds here in the center of the ring. We now go to the judges' scorecards, where Jonathan Davis, Jack Reese, and Martha Tremblay each scored this contest 60-54. All 3 judges in favor of your winner by unanimous decision, and still undefeated, from Ciudad Obregón, Sonora, Mexico, Gael El Terror Cabrera.
I see a lot of people on the chat upset about the performance. Listen, it's boxing. It was a great night for Cabrera. Couldn't get him out, but you got to understand, every opponent won't be. You won't get the knockout every time. You know, it's almost like football or basketball. You got tied games, you got close games. Not that this was a close fight.
No. Well, you see Team Cabrera taking the picture. All right, so the fight card is like here. Kevin Gudinho, Javier Mesa, Fabian Guzman get the stoppages, and a unanimous decision for Gael Cabrera. There's still 2 to go. Junebug Garcia and Yair Gallardo.
Get all the rally action here on DAZN. Existing champions aim to cement their legacy, whilst up-and-coming stars continue their meteoric rise on the toughest, most dangerous terrains in the world. All stages, all races, live and on demand.
Was you surprised with anything that Dmitry did? You would have watched his fights before, but you only know someone when you're in the ring in a real fight.
Of course, he did a good job. Like, I mean, they prepared good. Not like stronger or faster, but everything like you know, more all skills, like when all performance. I mean,
you know, one of the hardest hitters in boxing, right? His record before you, he knocked everyone out. Was he stronger than you thought? Did he hit harder than you thought?
I was expecting that he's strong, and He was strong.
He's won the first fight. You go into this one with a different type of pressure. To lose again would be a bit of a damage to your career. Is more pressure on you to win this time? Was it the same as it was before?
The same pressure from outside. I always doesn't like to lose, you know, and I don't want. And of course, every lose could damage you. But I'm not focusing on this now.
My name is Duarte. I'm a welterweight, junior welterweight, and I'm now 2-0 as a professional. Yeah, so I was real young. You know, I've been boxing since I could remember. Starting out, you know, the first couple of years of my boxing career, I was a real shy kid. My dad had a friend that had a boxing gym, and initially I wanted to do karate. I just wanted to do some sort of combat sport. So when he said he had a friend that was actually a boxing coach, I was all for it. So yeah, so I took it serious. Every day I would go to training. I kind of learned, you know, the ins and outs, the ropes of boxing, and you know, thankfully I'm here where I'm at now.
The referee taking a close look. How has Kawakunda not gone down? They will stop it, and Joel Iriarte looks picture perfect in his pro debut.
Coming from a Hispanic background, culture is everything for us. You know, our family, my dad works super hard. He works in San Fernando, commutes from Bakersfield to San Fernando. It's an 85-mile trip every single day. He wakes up at 2:30 a.m., works his 12-hour shifts overtime, comes back around 4:35 and trains me still for my 2.5 hours. You know, this amazing stuff coming from where he was in a small rancho in Mexico. Look up to him as a motivation that if he's able to do something that amazing, you know, I could do it at a bigger scale. So, you know, that's a motivation for me day to day. I just have big goals for myself. I was on, you know, like I had the 17 national titles. The goal has always been to be world champion, and we're taking that very, very seriously. We're now professional 2-0, and we hit the ground running 2 weeks back-to-back in the professional, you know, the professional bouts. It's been an experience, and I just look forward to keep on growing and being active. And you know, I'm excited to have Golden Boy behind me. I think that they're, you know, an incredible promotion company, and I'm grateful to have them look at me as potential to grow quickly. And you know, as fast as they want to move me, I'm all for it. I'm ready to take, you know, I'm ready to show the world that I'm a contender.
And here it is, a beautiful moment for Arnold Barboza Jr. Wins the belt across the pond in Manchester, 115, 113 two times, and 115, 113 for Catterall. He goes to Manchester and defeats the hometown fighter. Congratulations to ABJ, a big moment for him, very emotional for him. Signed with Golden Boy saying he wanted to become a champion, and he's doing that. So Golden Boy has a new champion, Arnold Barboza Jr., representing Southern California. What a moment for him. So Barboza used to be that youngster fighting on the undercards in the middle of the afternoon. Now he's a champ. And Junebug Garcia, Francisco Pacheco is our next fight. Junebug has those championship aspirations. He's 10-0 AKOs, fighting out of Denver, Colorado in the lightweight division. He's the taller fighter, has the reach, as Junebug Garcia and Francisco Pacheco ready to make their ring walks, as Pacheco comes to us from Mexicali and also roots in Sinaloa, but now training in Southern California, and he is fighting the United States for the first time. All right, Mark Frano, bring him out.
All right, fight fans, let's meet as he makes his way to the blue corner. La Colonia Las Quintas de la Cozumel, Mexico, Francisco El Grande Pacheco.
That's right, the nickname El Grande is not a nickname. It's actually his last name, as Francisco Grande Pacheco, and it is on Eric Priest, who's joined us here on the broadcast. Beth Duran, Scrappy Ramirez, and Eric Priest now with you. So Grande is his nickname, but it's also his last name, Francisco Grande Pacheco, but everybody just calls him Grande. It might as well be my nickname. Fighting the United States for the first time, a record of 7-3-2. So he's walking in for the first time in the United States. That always wanted that opportunity. Here we go. Very, very confident in his ability. All right, Branham.
And now his undefeated opponent makes his way to the red corner from Denver, Colorado, Daniel Junebug Garcia.
There you see Daniel Garcia on his right shoulder. That's Danny Garcia, his trainer, no relation. Ernie De La Cruz and Daniel Garcia Sr., his father right there with the glasses over his shoulder. Coming to Vicente Fernandez, the young man from Denver, Colorado. 23 years old. His given name is Daniel. Nobody calls him that. It's Junebug. And then you see his logo. He's had that since he was an amateur. Somebody made that design for him, and he just rolls with it. Coming off a second round stoppage in October. Fought 3 times in 2024 to Junebug. A lot of people watching him in Colorado.
Why they call him Junebug?
Ladies and gentlemen, the action continues from the center of the ring here in Anaheim, California at the Honda Center. This is Golden Boy Boxing on YouTube. Our next contest is scheduled for 6 rounds in the lightweight division. Brought to you by Oscar De La Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions and presented by Golden Boy Promotions partner Riyadh Season. Bet Online, the odds for the fight are brought to you by Bet Online and Wild Casino, America's most trusted online casino. Let's get wild. The judges scoring this contest are Tiffany Clinton, Chris Lieben, and Jack Reese. And controlling the action at the sound of the bell, the referee in charge is Ray Corona. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He weighed in at 134.8 pounds. As a professional, his record stands at 7 victories, 3 defeats, 2 draws. He wears black with gold and hails from La Colonia, Las Quintas de la Cozumel, Mexico. Ladies and gentlemen, Francisco El Grande Pacheco. His opponent is undefeated and fighting out of the red corner. He weighed in at 134.6 pounds. As a professional, his perfect record stands with 10 bouts, 10 victories, 8 wins coming by way of knockout. He wears multicolored trunks this evening and hails from Denver, Colorado. Ladies and gentlemen, Daniel Junebug Garcia.
Mira, aquí está bien. Right here, still good. You want to touch gloves? God bless.
All right, getting ready to go. Our 4th fight. Actually, no, let me correct myself. 5th fight of the afternoon. Junebug Garcia. Scrappy, why they call him Junebug? Because it was a name they gave him when he was a little kid, couldn't stop moving. And here he is against Francisco Pacheco. Beth Duran alongside Scrappy Ramirez, and joined now by Eric Priest, fresh off a victory on the Golden Boy Fight Night show. Eric, good to see you, man. That was a good win you put up for us.
I appreciate it, man. I really appreciate it.
All right, so you'll be here with us for the next 2 fights. Up next is going to be Yair Gallardo against Carlos Miranda. Junebug Garcia started his career in 2021. Got 3 straight knockouts early on in his career, moving along the way. Came to Golden Boy. They saw him at a Commerce Casino show. You know, the Thursday night, the Golden Boy Fight Nights, which is a great development series where the youngsters get an opportunity to shine. If they pass the test there, they continue to move. And here he is now on a Saturday card, so good for him. Had 3 KOs last year, going 2 rounds, and 1. So he doesn't look like he's going to be a savage or vicious, but he has pop in his hands, Scrappy.
Yeah, Junebug and I have fought on the same card a few times, and, you know, I mean, the kid's a dog. You know, he comes out to fight, he can scrap.
He comes in with style, lives in Denver, but he closes camp with Danny Garcia in Ventura, California. And then his opponent, Grande Pacheco, like, I've just been begging for the chance to fight in the United States. He's 30 years old, been around the Mexico circuit. Very, very confident. He lives right there in the Mexicali, El Centro border. And so, and he's like, I just want to one day fight on a U.S. show. And he's like,
There it is.
I got to make sure I put on a show. They clash of heads. So I asked him about a Junebug record, and he's like, whatever. I'm like, oh man, you're just like dismissing him like nothing. He's like, I'm confident in my abilities.
Well, that's what you want, you know?
Oh, a nasty cut on the top of the head of Pacheco. That was the result of an accidental headbutt.
The cause of the headbutt, they're both jumping in, over-jumping, overstepping. So you cause a clash of head.
Ooh, right hand from Junebug, right on the jaw of Grande Pacheco.
Yeah, I'm noticing Pacheco is also switching stances, left and right, and squaring up a little bit. That can also always be a little bit frustrating.
So Pacheco switching it up.
Yeah, I mean, when you're doing that, it's like you're battling one angle, and when somebody's switching lefty, you realize everything kind of comes in from a different angle, and so things are different. So as Pacheco is switching up consistently,
and Pacheco complaining another headbutt. It's a rough, rugged first round between Junebug Garcia and Grande Pacheco.
You know what it is? It looks worse than what it is, but they're just overstepping, so there's a clash of heads.
Yeah, you can see the pain on his face right now.
Got Ray Corona over here confirming accidental headbutt as we're going to be here ringside. And Big Surge Estrada, Cutman, going to work on the top of the head of Grande Pacheco. This one is scheduled for 6 rounds in the lightweight division. Honda Center, where we're at, Valentine's weekend. They're in the corner of Junebug Garcia. That's Danny Garcia, the trainer. All right, so this might be the clash of heads. He already had a clash. Here's the second one. Oh. Right on the eyebrow, okay.
That's an easy cut spot.
Yeah. That one's not cut, but if it does.
Yeah, if you keep doing that, that'll open up pretty easily.
We got all the Vaseline on top of the hand. Good job by our replay crew finding that headbutt. All right.
So how do you prevent headbutts?
Use your distance, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Junebug, very active, and now you're going to see Grande Pacheco. The one video I found of him, all he does is just throw bombs, guys.
Yeah.
And that's what we're trying to see right now.
But things like that, you know, Garcia going down and digging in the body, that'll slow somebody from trying to throw bombs and on top.
Now blood from the nose of Grande Pacheco. That wasn't from a headbutt.
One thing I would like to see for Junebug is to really control the aggression. Like, you're landing the better shots. Don't give him hope. Don't give him hope by staying there too long.
So
get yours and get out.
Yeah, maybe a little bit even more controlling the pace.
Even the way he's stepping forward, like you see he's overstepping. There's no reason to overstep by Junebug. I think if he controls the stepping, it'll make his job easier and cleaner. And you won't see headbutts and blood.
There's a couple body shots from Junebug, using that left to the body. And now Grande Pacheco getting warmed by Ray Corona. Don't just leave that arm out there. There you're talking about right there, that distance, right, Scrappy?
Keep that distance. It will definitely make the job easier for Junebug.
Whipping that left to the body. So he was smothering himself.
just notice every time he's successful is that mid-range point outside, right? When you get to that close space, it's a 50-50 right now. 50-50 as in you're giving your opponent a chance to
Right
hit you
hand
back.
upstairs. That's from the distance like you were talking about.
Yeah, mid-range. I mean, as Garcia's continuing to do that, it gives you time to see the punches better as well. You know, you're landing clean the shots, you get full good right hand.
I've done Junebug's like last 6 fights. This is easily the most rugged fighter he's gone up against. The other guys have been trying to be skilled, but Grande is going to be right there for him.
But stylistically, because last time I commentated, he fought, and again, it's the over-aggressive.
Yep.
It's a good thing to be aggressive, but that could be a gift or a curse, meaning you'll be in a lot of tough fights.
Now you're getting 2 guys with the same kind of style trying to be first.
Use your skills. He has skills. He can fight. He got feet.
Yeah, I've seen Junebug in the gym and fighting on the same card multiple times together. He's got skills. He's got skills. He knows what he's doing. But like as you develop throughout your career, you'll learn these things, like keeping distance. Like, you know, not every fight needs to be the toughest fight in the world for you. You know, it's the sport's also about longevity. You want to have like a long career. It's, you know, take care of yourself a little bit in there. Be smart.
But this is the purpose of these fights. Get the experience.
Exactly.
Right? Before we put you on the big card, we want to give you the opportunity to get the experience.
Big Surge got to work on that nose and the cut on the top of the head. Back here ringside, Beth Duran, Scrappy Ramirez, and Eric Priest joining us here on the broadcast. Priest coming off a big victory for him. How was that fight for you, man?
Oh, it was great. You know, it was a big stepping stone in my career to finally get a strap around my waist and enter into those big rankings. And here we go. You know what I mean? Now it gets exciting. It's fun. I'm ready for the next step.
Keep on climbing in the rankings. That's what you got to do here. So Eric Priest will be joining us for this fight and the next one. Next one's going to be Yair Gallardo in the Cruiserweight division. So that'll be a good one. Gallardo promoted by Miguel Cotto Promotions and fighting on a Golden Boy show. 5 o'clock is where you'll need the DAZN app. And on the DAZN, you'll be able to see Joel Iyarte to open up the broadcast. Of course, the main event, Oscar Duarte and Miguel Madueño in the super lightweight division. Also, Kenneth Bossman Sims will be on the show. 3rd round of action. This was scheduled for 6. Garcia in the Serape trunks that are made custom by his grandma every single fight. She'll find a Serape, cut it up, and gets the trunks for her grandson. Okay, Grande, the one fight I found, someone talking to people in Mexico, that he is just brute strength. He would love to just trade bombs with you. Like, there's not much boxing from him. So knowing you have a guy like that, Eric, where he's just going to be rugged, you know what I'm saying? Keep your distance mid-range.
Yeah,
make it easier for yourself.
Exactly. Yeah, pick your shots. You know, control the distance and make them fight at your pace. You can tame a bull, and they want to come out hot. Just slow them down a little bit. You know, hit them hard. Always maintain yourself as a threat, and make them fall at your pace.
And more blood from the nose of Pacheco. That's a good jab from Junebug Garcia. Like, he was making it too difficult for himself the first couple rounds, right, Scrappy?
Yeah, difficult in the sense he was looking to get the opponent out. Let it develop. Don't look for it. Let the fight come to you.
And that's the evolution of a young fighter, right?
I mean, Garcia and Junebug, he's landing the cleaner shots. You know, he's landing power shots. He's hurting. I mean, but just little things. You know, as your career develops, you will learn to just slow it down a little bit. But good shot. I mean, good work. Like you see the dog coming out of Junebug right now.
More of a calm effort from Junebug, in control, getting in and out as a minute to go in the 3rd round. And the steam for Pacheco has been taken out. He's slowing down here. Right hand from Junebug upstairs. Another big right hand. As Pacheco is wearing punches.
That right hand can't miss right now.
Not only that, he's doing a good job by doubling the shots. Going downstairs, upstairs, and then moving to the left side of the body and finishing to the body. Yeah, good job by Junebug.
Even the way that he's
that was a stiff jab that just stopped Pacheco, who's gone southpaw. Pacheco's just trying to land a bomb. The boxing is gone from Pacheco, and Junebug is getting in and out, 1-2, and he's chopped, and he's stopped. A body shot by Junebug Garcia ends it here in Anaheim.
Yeah, like I said from the beginning, those body shots, that'll slow down a puncher, that's for sure.
Pacheco was the bull, just like you said, Eric Priest, and the bull got tamed. A second round stoppage. Yeah, third round stoppage. Let's look at the shots. Body work.
Yeah, that body will, you know, that'll make it collapse. You gotta be, you know, you gotta be projecting that, and man, good work here. You know, just a solid punching here by Junebug. You know, he's being smart with the shots, digging downstairs, upstairs. Yeah, and then that was it.
That was it. Two body shots to the liver.
That one got right to it. We got some blood here on our notes from the body of Pacheco. Okay, he's tough, he's rugged, and Junebug broke him down. And there's a team picture from Junebug. His dad on the left with a little hug from the Pops. And Junebug is now 11-0, 9 stoppages.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee in charge, Ray Corona, called for a halt to this contest. The official time, 2 minutes 40 seconds in round number 3. Your winner by knockout and still undefeated from Denver, Colorado, Daniel Junebug Garcia.
Good victory for Junebug Garcia. Yeah, doesn't have that look like I'm gonna be all over you. Gets in the ring, Eric, and boom, 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 precise.
Yeah, I mean, good performance overall by him. You know, he came out, he showed skill, he showed his dog, and I also at the same time, I think he's gonna learn a lot from this fight. He's gonna come out and, you know, he's gonna take that development step of being like, all right, like I can't do this to everybody, and like, you know, learn to break things down like we talked about earlier.
All right, fight card so far. As that was the first time Vander Pacheco has been stopped in his career. So Junebug Garcia makes it 4 KOs tonight here on the prelims. Kevin Gudinho opened it up with a third round stoppage. Javier Mesa El Gallito, second round. First round stoppage for Valyan Guzman. Gael Cabrera controlled the unanimous decision, and Junebug gets the stop in the third. One more fight to go here on YouTube. It'll be Yair Gallardo against Carlos Miranda. Don't go anywhere. More boxing coming your way from Honda Center on the Board Promotions Valentine's weekend.
Get all the rally action here on DAZN. Existing champions aim to cement their legacy, whilst up-and-coming stars continue their meteoric rise on the toughest, most dangerous terrains in the world. All stages, all races, live and on demand.
Do you expect to stop him this time, Artur? Everyone expected to see that because before it was 20 fights, 20 wins, 20 knockouts. Are you upset with yourself that you didn't?
No upset, because I never focus of knocking out someone like my previous opponents. I'm more focused for another details.
Dmitry, I think you surprised some people in the fight because there were times in that fight where you had him on the back foot. There were some times where it looked like you would hurt him. Do you think you have enough power to stop Artur?
I think I have enough power to stop everybody in light heavyweight division. And at the same time, everybody from light heavyweight division have enough power to stop me. It's just about the moment where you can deliver your punch.
Was you confident when the judges were reading out the scorecard? Was you confident that you had done enough to win?
To win, yes, but you want to do more, better. Not important to do knockout, but I mean,
that's
little things, yeah.
just woke up. I'm sore. Feel rested. Feel really good.
Yeah. Hey, I gotta go.
Oh, you starting?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I gotta go.
I don't know.
It's next to the 10. It's north of the 10, ain't it? It's north of the 10?
Yeah,
that's 10. Yeah. I only know Azusa because I was out to get Chick-fil-A on the way back from medical. The fight is about a month away now. You know, we're just staying ready, man. I mean, as of right now, I'm just focused on like just being prepared, being ready, and I don't think it's hit me yet, but I think it'll hit me once I'm there. We were supposed to fight Boots. It fell through. Sorry, we got another big fight in Madrimov, and as far as how that happened, you know, it was just like the Boots fight. They asked me if I wanted to fight. I said yeah. It didn't happen. And then they asked me, "Well, do you want to fight Madrimov?" I'm like, yeah. It was very boring on my side. I say yeah to everyone. You know, I say yes to everyone. I don't care who it is. When you don't know a fighter, both of you guys can kind of be very sensitive, very hesitant in the first round. You know, you're just kind of trying to fill each other out. Well, we've had maybe like a good 12 to 20 rounds of sparring. We think we know each other well enough to not have the hesitance in the first few rounds. So it'll be exciting from the get-go.
It's good sparring, man. Madrid was a great fighter, and it was very competitive. You know, we could think, you know, we got the best out of them or something, but you know, they could say the same thing. So it's just one of those, you know, sparring matches that was really good, and now that they're facing each other in the ring, it should be even better.
Everyone knows it's gonna be a hard fight. We don't even need to sell it, you know, and it's on probably the greatest boxing card of all time. Yeah.
It's awesome, man. It's great that boxing is making moves like this with people like Turkey who wants to push for those fights. That's the best thing going on right now with boxing, that every week we're getting new news about the next fight that's coming up, the fight that's, you know, big fights that he's trying to put together. So, you know, I think it's a great moment to be in boxing right now.
We're not sparring today, so we're gonna do everything else basically. So, shadow boxing, jump rope, bags, mitts, recovery, like all day, even lunch and dinner and all that. It's still part of the boxing thing, because I can't really, like, it's not like I'm going to Taco Bell and getting a 5-layer burrito. Like, I have to eat right. Kind of learn to enjoy it now. It makes me feel good, actually. Hey Siri, 10 minutes. You like that?
Richard's always been very, very mentally strong. He's built for that part. Yeah, like I said, as a kid, when he was younger, we used to dog him and training him and really very, very tough on him, to the point, you know, a lot of kids would quit. And, you know, and Virgil wouldn't. He would never quit. And there's no giving up. He will never give up. He's one of those kids that says, you know, in Spanish, they say, se muere en la raya. He'll rather go down swinging and on that. So mentally, he'll always be fighting.
Were you reacting to me, or you're going this way, so I just did right there? I'm at the upward. The upward. Were you reacting to me? I was going to ask you. Oh, okay.
We'll go ahead and in between the punches on your own. All right? So you're just moving your head just a little bit off. Ready?
You know, we want to fight the best. In order to fight the best, we got to be the best. We got to train the best. We train hard. We're in the gym every day, and we come early. When we're out of here, you know, the
it doesn't stop. You know, I gotta go eat. I'm eating healthy. When I recover and go do some of my things, then I gotta run. Boxing is a 24-hour thing. It doesn't stop after the gym. Yeah, we're about to get some rice in, get some kebabs. Was this chicken kebabs? It's chicken? It's pollo? Yeah. Chicken kebabs with some bell peppers, and the bell peppers are good for you. Turkey. Flavor. This is the hardest part of my bed.
Negative 79 right now, 85. It goes to like, I don't know.
It can get up to negative 240.
Yeah.
I'm very excited, man. You know, it's the card of the century. You know, there's a lot of great fights that are gonna happen that night. You know, when a storm's coming, you can feel it in the air. You know, it's kind of like that. So we gotta train hard and just to make sure I come out with a win. You know, I come out healthy, so I can keep fighting these guys because it's fun. Just to test myself against these guys. I have the WBC interim, so we could fight Fundora. I don't know if next or what, because you know it's our schedules have to line up. Hopefully Turkey can do something about that. Oh my God. Yeah, I don't like that at all. I really don't, but it helps. Whatever helps.
Riyadh season coming your way, the 22nd. Virgil Ortiz, Kid Austin Schofield will be on it. Right now, I'm going alongside Eric Priest, Scrappy Ramirez. Briefly, Virgil is a monster, a dog, just to watch him from a distance. That's going to be a heck of a fight, Eric.
Yo, I totally agree. I mean, like, his speed, his power, his combination punching, and he comes for blood every single time. He's an exciting fighter to watch. I mean, yeah, I'm excited for that one.
That's definitely something that's different, though, because you've been to Saudi Arabia. You've seen Riyadh season. That's a whole nother level.
It's a different, the culture, the people, even the boxing, even the atmosphere, you know, it's a little quiet, you know, so a lot to expect.
Yeah, and Virgil will bring the noise. Tell the tape for our next fight here on the YouTube portion of the broadcast. This will be the final one here on YouTube, and it's going to be Yair Gallardo from Las Delicias, Chihuahua, Mexico, but he trains in Puerto Rico. He has Cotto Promotions on his side against Honduras, Carlos Miranda. Gallardo, the taller fighter, it was scheduled to be 175, but Miranda couldn't make it, so they made it at 79. That's why it's technically a cruiserweight. But Gallardo, the taller and lighter fighter in this one. Tail of the tape. Time is done. 8 rounds coming your way. Mark Fratto. Let's hear it, Mark Fratto.
All right, fight fans, it's time for our Golden Boy YouTube main event of the evening. Let's meet first, making his way to the blue corner from La Ceiba, Honduras, Carlos Pupita Miranda.
From Honduras, Carlos Miranda, now living in Houston, Texas. Had a big break in his career as he was living in Honduras, and the government essentially stopped supporting local boxing, couldn't get fights. So 2016 was the last time he had a fight in Honduras, and then just situations, couldn't get fights, fell apart. Then the pandemic hit, and then was finally able to get a visa to be in the United States, now living in Houston, Texas. Here he is on the Golden Boys show. He's coming off a loss, a split decision loss in Nashville in September of last year. This will be his 3rd fight in the United States. Pupita.
This is the first Honduran boxer I actually get to see.
Yeah, because you're half Honduran,
I'm
right?
half Honduran and Teofimo.
Yeah.
We're the top 2 Honduran fighters in the world.
And now his undefeated opponent makes his way to the red corner from Delicias, Chihuahua, Mexico, Yair Manotas Gallardo.
Y saludos a toda la gente que nos están mirando en Las Delicias, Chihuahua, México. So interesting background for this young man. From Mexico, light heavyweight. And he found the team that he's with, the Puerto Rican. He's like, hey, you want to train with us in Puerto Rico? He said, no problem. And he's with Juan Candelario, Ramon Rivera, Ben Gallardo, Coto Promotions. So, lives in Mexico, goes trains in Puerto Rico. And there you see, that's the hug from his mom. And so we did a couple of the fights where in Puerto Rico he was there, and like, oh man, Manotas, big hands. And this kid has some pop, 8-0, 7 KOs. Like, look, if I gotta live Puerto Rico, I gotta sacrifice, no problem. He's like, the good thing is they don't have tortillas like they do in Mexico, so I don't have to worry about eating those. But they do got the mofongo, baby. They take care of him there.
Another distraction.
No, exactly. Straight boxing.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and once again, welcome to the Honda Center here in Anaheim, California. This is the main event on the Golden Boy YouTube channel. This contest scheduled for 8 rounds in the Cruiserweight division. Brought to you by Oscar de la Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions in association with Miguel Cotto Promotions. It's presented by Golden Boy partner Riyadh Season. Bet Online, odds for the fights brought to you by Bet Online and Wild Casino, America's most trusted online casino. Let's get wild. The judges scoring this contest are Rudy Barragan, Fernando Villarreal, and Zachary Young. And controlling the action when the bell sounds, the referee in charge is Thomas Taylor. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, he weighed in at an even 179 pounds. As a professional, his record stands at 7 victories, 1 defeat, 3 wins coming by way of knockout. He wears blue with black and hails from La Ceiba, Honduras. Please welcome Carlos Pupita Miranda. His undefeated opponent fights out of the red corner. He weighed in at 175.2 pounds. As a professional, his record is a perfect one. 8 bouts, 8 victories, 7 wins coming by way of knockout. He wears pink with black and hails from Delicias, Chihuahua, Mexico. Ladies and gentlemen, Yair Manotas Gallardo.
That's an interesting name, Manotas.
Big hands, man. He's got a pause on him.
Big hands, someone must mean it's power, you know.
I love the guy named Scrappy. He's talking about people's nicknames.
That's a good nickname, man.
I got it before boxing.
Yeah, yeah.
Just saying.
You know, when you were out there running touchdowns, scoring 4 in a game like Al Bundy, baby. You know Scrappy was a football star.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that, dude.
Oh, he told you?
No.
Okay, Coach.
Tom
Everything
Taylor.
on the black from the top of the pink up is going to be good. Everything black and up is here, gentlemen, all right? You got my instructions in the back. Protect yourselves at all times. Listen to my commands. Touch them up.
One of the
Back to
best in the
corner,
business, Tom Taylor, refereeing. He'll also be in the main event tonight with Oscar Duarte, Fernando Villarreal, Zachary Young, and Rudy Barragan are judges. Lorana Ganaway, our timekeeper, along with Keenan Wright. Get going in our final bout here on YouTube. At the top of the hour at 5 o'clock, you'll need the DAZN app. So make sure you download the DAZN app, subscribe to get a chance to see Oscar Duarte, who's from Parral, Chihuahua. Right now we're watching a man from Las Delicias, Chihuahua, Yair Gallardo in the pink. It'll be a very aggressive fight. That's Gallardo, 175-pounder, 8-0, 7 KOs. Last year he fought twice. He got stoppages in the second round. His last 3 fights have all ended in the second round. Only once did he go the decision, and that was a 6-round decision. That was in Puerto Rico.
So proof is in the pudding, you know. I mean, like 7 knockouts. Probably got some pop.
Yep. The last time he was in the ring was at a Hall of Fame weekend in Turning Stone in Verona. And he knocked out Michael Portalatin. Yeah, he swings hard. Hits hard, they say. He's 21 years old. Yeah, good following, good crowd here for him. Said he had a lot of people making the flight from Chihuahua, Mexico, just underneath Texas. So I've done his last 3 fights, and every time you see him, it's calm, Eric. He's not in a rush. He's choosing his opportunities.
Well, that's intelligent, you know, like especially coming out in the first round, and you know, like you're starting to hit those fights where things might, you know, hit in longer rounds and whatnot. Like it's good to come out.
You heard him. He heard the body shot attacking Manotas in the corner, and the fight is over. A first-round KO para Manotas. Yair Gallardo makes quick work as he ends it in the first on Valentine's weekend. .141 of the first round, and his opponent Miranda still on the ground in pain. The body shots, you saw that, Eric?
Yeah, coming out with the body and, you know, breaking him down. You know, just as I'm telling you, he's coming out calm. He just, you know, starts using that power that he has, and wow. Hit him with the right, I believe, and then down to the body.
It was a shot down the pipe right to the chin. That was the start to the chaos.
Let's look at the highlights. Go ahead.
Just working behind the jab, right hand. That was the initial, that right hand, and just followed up like body, jab. That was the shot that initiated the problem. Right hand.
Yeah, the knees were wobbly.
Body.
That uppercut, he kind of fell into that uppercut, and yeah, upstairs, downstairs, you know.
So they're celebrating in Las Delicias, Chihuahua. They're celebrating in Puerto Rico. My man Alan Campa told me he was going to get a knockout. He did. I didn't expect it to end that quick. I was expecting Miranda to weather some of the storm, but hey, it's you don't get paid for overtime, right, Scrappy?
You don't. So come in here, give the people a show, and go about your business.
As the doctor's still checking out Miranda. Looked like his left leg buckled up because he was pointing at it. Because when he took that shot on the temple, his knees buckled quick. He's standing up now, is Miranda. He just got caught, and Manotas jumped all over him.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you're supposed to do. You know, you see blood and water, you sniff it, and you go after the kill. And that's exactly what Yair did.
All right, top of the hour, you'll need the DAZN app. And that's where you're going to see Joel Iriarte, Kenneth Sims Jr., Ricardo Sandoval, El Niño, DFG, Darius Fulgham, and Oscar Duarte against Miguel Madueño in the main event. So Mark Brattle ready to make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee in charge, Thomas Taylor, calls for a halt to this contest. Your official time, 1 minute, 41 seconds in the very first round. Your winner by knockout and still undefeated from Delicias, Chihuahua, Mexico, Yair Manotas.
Just another day in office.
Gallardo.
I didn't even break a sweat, man. 9-0, 8 KOs. Like, he's got a very stoic attitude.
Came in here, just had one job, knew his assignment, got the job done, and was like, all right, on to the next.
At 21 years old, Cotto Promotions on his side. Saludos a Miguel Cotto. So, Scrappy, we had 6 fights. 5 of them end by stoppages. I mean, let me tell you this. We had a 3rd round, a 2nd round, a 1st round, a 3rd round, and a 1st round. Man, let's bring up the fight card right here. Let's give you the exact details and make sure we put their names out there. You know, put some respect on their name out there. So, again, top of the hour, 5 o'clock is where you're going to need the DAZN app. the DAZN app, you'll get to see 5 more fights. So make sure you download it, subscribe, and you'll be able to see them. The main event, Oscar Duarte, Miguel Madueño. So you guys know all about being the youngsters and fighting early on in the afternoon, but it's not if you win, it's how you win, Eric Priest. And we saw some of that right now, the last 2 fights.
Oh, exactly.
Put on the show.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's about how you win. It's about making statements, especially as you're growing your career and you're developing, you're learning. You want, like, get in there, get the job done, don't waste time, get out, give the crowd something to like clap about.
So for you, Eric, you got to sit down with us for Yair Gallardo and Junebug Garcia. Didn't see much of Gallardo, but you said you liked his approach.
Yeah, the way he came out, you know, he's patient. He's seeing his shots. He's choosing what he's landing. And like you said, you know, like when you hurt somebody, you smell blood in the water, and went for the kill.
And for Junebug Garcia, you liked what you saw from him.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I mean, he proved that he has that dog in him. He can take that. He can brawl with you. He's tough. He'll sit in there with you. And but I think he learned a lot in this fight as well. You know, as he grows in his career, he'll like sit down a little more, take his time, and develop.
And Scrappy, for us, we saw Kevin Gudiño, Javier Mesa, Fabian Guzman get knockouts. Who stood out the most from those knockouts for you?
I would say Mesa surprised me a lot. Yes, he was calm, poised, and he sat behind his shots.
Yeah.
You mentioned he got caught a little bit with a few shots, but that's part of his style.
Yeah.
But I like Mesa for sure.
And then Gael Cabrera, the only one who went the distance, 6 good rounds against an opponent that you had, Roberto Pucheta, who is a tough out every single time. But you like what you saw from Cabrera.
I love what it. We saw southpaw, we saw right hand, we saw hit and not get hit. Obviously, Pucheta is an experience. He knows how to survive, and he's a try-hard opponent. Yeah. So it was a good night for the prospects, for Golden Boy, and for the fans.
All right, the main event, though, is going to be Oscar Duarte, Miguel Madueño. Duarte, 22 KOs. Madueño, 28 KOs, Eric. I'm not one to ever make a prediction, but I think this is going to be a KO somehow, some way.
Hey, if I was a betting man, I would bet on that exact thing, too. So, I mean, yeah, you got 2 guys, heavy-handed, want to go out there.
I'm going to double up on whatever you put on the table, so.
What about your boy, DFG, Darius Fulgham, a co-main? He could steal the show.
He could steal the show, and that's his mindset every time he steps in the ring. And he's also fighting for the WBA Continental, so that's another belt, you know. It's
important
exciting.
To have because it gets you in the rankings, which is
important.
huge.
He's already in the rankings, so the thing is, you're proving to the people and to yourself that you belong here. You're here to stay. A lot of people make it to the ranking, but they don't last at the top.
No.
It's easy to get to the top. It's hard to stay at the top.
You're also going to see the boss man, Kenneth Sims Jr., who was supposed to fight Duarte on Riyadh season last year, pulled out with injury, and now these 2 teams have been going back and forth because Duarte's team is telling him he's been ducking. He's like, they even sent him duck emojis on his Instagram. He's like, no, I want to fight on this card just to let you know I'm ready to go. So that's going to be interesting. And then El Niño Ricardo Sandoval, flyweight, you know about him. His kid is actually packed.
Yeah, and I have much respect, but that's also another fight for me in the future. If he keeps winning, I keep winning, which I will. That's a fight that I want to make happen.
All right, welterweight division is going to get it going at 5 o'clock. Eric Joely Duarte, youngster from Bakersfield, 5-0, 5 KOs. When you're coming up, right, you want to put on the show, but at the same time, you got to be smart. And they're going to give him a veteran of over 40 fights in Daryl Harris today. What's Duarte's game plan?
Going in there, I mean, like, you obviously want to make a statement, but you want to do it the right way. You know what I mean? As you're developing, you can't just, you know, like we've seen before, bum rush and make mistakes. You know, as you're fighting veterans, these guys that are experienced, you can't make the same mistakes that you were making in your 2nd or 3rd or 4th fight. So I'm excited to see it. You know, Joe, he's got a great amateur background. He's been an outstanding prospect so far, and let's see what he brings to the table.
For you, coming off a victory, when are we going to see you back in the ring?
Right now we're cooking something up, probably May.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we're already back in the gym.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's getting better at this point, and, yeah, see you soon.
Scrap season? When do we see the scrap season?
April, so
April,
I stay in the gym, so I'm patiently waiting, and I'm still on redemption season, you know. I failed my first attempt to the world title. I climbed at number 2 now, and I'm looking to fight the champs. I'm here to stay, baby.
All right, so April you see Scrappy, May you'll see Eric, and at 5 o'clock you'll see Joely Duarte working away towards the main event, Oscar Duarte, Miguel Madueño. Again, congratulations to Arnold Barbosa Jr., goes across the pond and gets the victory in Manchester, a new champion at Golden Boy. So for Eric Priest, Scrappy Ramirez, and everybody behind the scenes, my man Rob, producer, director extraordinaire, love you. Great job as always. I'm Beto Duran. Thanks for watching the Golden Boy YouTube page.
Hey, and shout out to Mr. Beto.
Hey!
Yeah! He's leading the way, man. He's leading the way.
Get all the rally action here on DAZN. Existing champions aim to cement their legacy, whilst up-and-coming stars continue their meteoric rise on the toughest, most dangerous terrains in the world. All stages, all races, live and on demand.